go. And now we'll do the countdown. Hello and welcome everybody to another Thursday afternoon show with the Secrets of ISIS and Shazam reviews that Brother Jay and I will be doing today. We are working today on sorry, let me start again. We're starting again with season 1, and we're now on to episode 8 of each series. And, of course, Brother Jay is here. Thank you, Brother Jay, for coming, as always.
No.
Yeah, Jay is a little under the weather, so if he has to walk away or do something, I told him, hey, go right for it, because we totally understand. The two episodes that are the titles we have today on ISIS, it is How to Find a Friend. And then for...
that's easy, $20.
What's that?
I said that's easy, $20.
$20. And then what was your title? I wrote it down.
The Boy Who Said No. The Boy Who Said No.
The Boy Who Said No. Okay, that's awesome. And let's go ahead and just kind of read through this real quick. Jay Aldrich, of course, said, halt, who goes there? I like that. Hey, Jay. And then, of course, our StreamYard. Now, folks, we have a very short review and information today. There's very short things on there for both of our reviews. So after we give our reviews and our grade, then I'll go ahead and post the StreamYard to the top of YouTube. And then you guys can... if you want to talk about other things, we can, because we'll be here for a couple hours, probably no more than about 2.5 to 3 hours, give or take. We got plenty of time because later on tonight, we do have a cringe stock. We're sharing. We're going to try to share it simultaneously with Gorilla if possible. He's going to be doing the movie Canadian Bacon with John Candy. So that's a funny movie. It really is. There you go, brother. So I got you all set up. All right. We are caught up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why isn't that it's always the black man that dies first?
I don't know.
I love that line. They were naming off movie titles that the black man died. Only the black man died. And then they come up to Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah. And talk about Captain Terrell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But it's hilarious. True. Back then, they only killed the blacks. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. And it wasn't meant as racist or anything. It was just...
I'm beginning to believe they did.
Right. Well, and I was just on a chat. I was watching a chat with Sci-Fi Mombi, and I said, a black sheriff. Well, it worked in Blazing Saddles. That's what Dave Chappelle said as one of the Robin Hood's Merry Men and Robin Hood Men in Tights. I was like, and she got a laugh out of that. So, yeah, I mean that it's just the things that happened. Back then it was just the movies. They for whatever reason picked a black man, African
They
American
call him the
man, or
black man.
whatever, go first. And I just, hey, I never understood that,
I never
but that's all
understood it
right.
either.
Okay, well let's go ahead and get through our things here real quick so we can set up the stream for everybody else that comes in. Okay, so my episode, well, I'll go first, and then Jay will take his. Mine was How to Find a Friend. The basic plot was Tom, one of Rick's students, has trouble making friends. So, to impress a new acquaintance, he shows him his dad's war souvenir handgun, which the new guy steals from Tom. Now, this came out on Saturday
Uh-oh.
morning, October 25th, 1975. Uh, I was 10 years old then. My God. I, the memories, I'm telling you. Okay. Now, I didn't recognize him at first, but then when I rewatched the episode, there's little Bob Brady. And of course, he's all grown up. So Mike Lookaland, that's Lookinland, plays Tom Anderson in this episode. Uh, Buddy Foster plays Billy. Tommy Norton plays Joe. And the other person I want to talk about too, besides Bobby, is Russ Marin. Now, I don't think he's related to Cheech Marin. I don't think so. But he played Mr. Anderson, which was Tom's dad in the episode. So first we'll go to Mike Lookaland here. Make sure they mention him. Yeah. Now he's been an actor, camera and electrical department, and additional crew. And he was born December 19th, 1960, in Mount Pleasant, Utah, USA. He's an actor known for The Brady Bunch, of course, from 1969. The Way of the Gun, he was in that movie in 2000. And then he did The Brady Bunch Variety Hour in 1976. He has been married to Kelly Wermuth, Wermuth, since May 11th, 1987, and they have two children. He has won an award in, let's see here. He was a pop culture award winner in 2007 for the Brady Bunch, and he shared it with the rest of the Brady Bunch. That was a 2007 pop culture award for the entire family. And then in 2005, he was a nominee from TV Land Award for favorite singing siblings from the Brady Bunch. So he has one nomination and one win. Not too bad, not too
Wow.
shabby. Let's see here. And we'll go back. Okay. The next person is Russ Marin. And Russ Marin, unfortunately, did pass away in March of 2005. He was 70 years old. He was born May 1st, 1934, in Massachusetts. He was an actor known for a great movie starring Craig Wasson and Melanie Griffith in her very first film role called Body Double. That was in 1984. He was in a movie called Deadly Friend in 1986. And then he was in the movie Highway to Heaven in 1984. And also, since we do the Waltons on Friday nights, he was in 3 episodes of the Waltons from 1976 to 1978. He played 2 roles, one of a Mr. Bradley and another one of a Mr. Larkin. So that's kind of a cool tie-in to Gorilla's Random Thoughts Waltons his Walton stream that he does. Okay. All right, so let's go and let's see here. Okay, so like I said, the summary I had just read to you guys that Tom having trouble making friends, trying to impress a new person, shows him his dad's old war gun that he stole from his dad's drawer, and the new guy steals it from him. And most of the filming for this episode was done at Ray Art Studios at 6625 Variel Avenue. That's Variel in Canoga Park, Los Angeles. What they did mostly was the exterior, as Larkspur High School. Rick meets Cindy in the parking lot and demolished. So, and that's the one place they had there. The goof, the goof. There is just one. Uh, at one point, Billy calls Tom Tim, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So that was a character error. That was just the one goof they had there. And then user ratings. Um, this didn't get a very good rating. It got a bit. It got better than 5. So mostly it's been rated 5.4 out of 10. So it's not a very it's not a bad episode, but it's not a really good episode. But I was very happy though, at least that I got to see that I got to see little Bobby Brady grown up, and that he was in the show in the episode. So yeah, it was
Right.
very cool. My rating was basically 3.2, I think, out of 5. So it got a C rating from me. It wasn't very good episode. But the one thing it did teach, of course, at the end, you know how ISIS always does, just like Shazam does. Little tips at the end. First of all, never play with a gun. I was said very prominently, and I would have believed it even as a 10-year-old. I said I'll never touch a gun, and I would have believed it. And also, she said that you don't need to buy friends. You can just be yourself, and you can make friends, and that's what I had to learn myself. So yeah, so that's what I got from my impressions from the episode. So
Right.
yeah, so 3.2 out of 5 stars and a C grade. I might even bump it to a B plus because of the good tips that Joanna Cameron gave at the end. So as they do every episode. So yeah, and now we'll go ahead when Brother Jay's ready. He'll go ahead and give you his review of the boy who said no from.
What's your next episode title called?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you know in just a second. Let me catch up here real quick. Hello, Sir Lemon Pie. Hey, guys. He says, I'm sick. Sinus stuff. Just popping in to say hi. I'll be resting. Have a good stream. Well, we appreciate you being here, Lemon Pie. And Jay also, without me saying, hasn't been feeling too well himself. So
Okay.
I'm glad that both of you are here. I'm very glad about that. Arabic Sonder. Hey, Mikey Sus4. How are you doing, Arabic? It's good to see you. Hello, Jay. And where do you watch these? HBO Max or Amazon? On mine, I was able to find through a film company. You could find it on YouTube. If you look up The Secrets of ISIS full episodes, you'll find the company that I found. I have every single one of her episodes from both seasons, 1 and 2. There was a total only of 22 episodes that she did with the series. With Shazam,
You can only get it
you
on
want to tell them where you
DVD.
got Shazam from, sir?
You can only get it on DVD. You used to could watch it on Tubi for the longest time. Then all of a sudden they took it off, and now the only way to watch it is through getting the DVD, which it doesn't cost that much. I got mine when it was relatively new, so I got the high end of it. So I don't know if it's gone down or not. But the last time when I bought it, it was like $30. So it's good. It brings back memories of childhood.
Yeah, mine brings back a lot.
Yeah, you could watch it on Amazon Prime, Arabic. I'm sure everything is on Prime apparently.
Yeah, I'll take a look at my playlist. I can tell you. Let's see here. Let's go to my channel. Okay. Just gonna look it up for you real quick.
If if he doesn't mind the commentary along with the show, there is a channel called Irving Zoo, and you have to look up um,
Yeah.
what's
Uh,
it called? Look up Shazam or Captain Modal, Model model, and he has all the episodes. He can't show a lot of it, only made about 10 minutes of it, and he does commentary on it. But you get the gist of the episodes. But he does show some of each episode. I enjoy it, so that was how I was able to uh, watch Shazam again before I bought it on DVD.
yeah. Okay. I didn't want to put the link because I wasn't sure um, what that would
Yeah.
do, but I actually gave you the name of the channel, Aravic. So this is where I just put it in here for you. Okay. So Aravic, this is where the
Yeah.
YouTube channel. It's called Ends and Odds. It's weird. It doesn't call itself Odds and Ends. It's Ends and Odds. Yeah. But they have a cool playlist there. 93 episodes of different ways of all 22 episodes of ISIS, Secrets of ISIS. So if you go there, yeah, check it out because that's where you can get all the full episodes. You can rewatch them, you know, and then if you want to, talk with us about them, you can in the future because we still have a few episodes left to go with those. So,
Is
let us, yeah.
is he the one that had every episode of Barney Miller and then YouTube took it down?
With Eric Sander, I think so.
No.
Eric, was that
Um
you? I don't know.
no, odds ends and odds.
Oh, ends and odds. That could have been. I don't know. All I know is I still have them uh, available with this playlist of
Right.
Secrets of ISIS. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyway, let me go and let me go and check my next episode, and then
Yeah.
we'll go to yours there, sir. Let's take a look. Yeah, I love IMDb, but sometimes they don't have enough information in there, and you're like, now what? Because I thought they would for sure. I thought they would mention, you know, well, they did mention Bobby, and then so that's good. I'm glad they mentioned him that he was from Brady Bunch. Okay, so the next one after this uh, of season one, episode 9, next week will be the show off. And that one, I'll just read the plot real quick. This came out Saturday, November 1st, 1975. And what it was about was Steve feels he has to draw attention to himself by showing off, which gets him into situations where ISIS has to rescue him. So the show off, that got a solid 6 out of 10 rating. So that's
And
next week.
can you believe it that a 6-year-old was behind a lawnmower after Shazam and ISIS?
Yeah.
I was tall for my age.
Yeah. I bet it was.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. Let's
Well,
go
I
to
give this
Shazam.
episode a I give it a 3.5 with a grade of B minus. It was pretty good.
Yeah. So, oh, you mean this one that you did? Yeah.
No, your ISIS episode.
Oh, my
I gave it a
ISIS one.
3.5 and a rating grade of B minus.
Okay, B minus. That sounds, yeah, pretty good. Because
It's still good.
it's still
What
good. I gave it a 3.
you're
Yeah.
getting bad when you go below a 3. and
Yeah,
about three and 3.1 is getting there. Below a three is bad,
yeah,
and uh, it's a bad grade if you go C minus to a D. So
right. Yeah, mine, like I said, mine was a solid uh C
3.8, you
to like,
said,
yeah, I
and a grade of a B plus.
or B minus. Well, I yeah, between a C. Actually, I probably agree with you. It's more of like a C to a B minus, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but I like I wanted I felt like I wanted to bump it just slightly because, like I said, because of the two good tips. You know, when you're a
right,
10-year-old, then and when she tells you never touch a gun and always, you don't have to buy friends. You can always be yourself. You know,
right.
I just thought those were important. Those were important
Oh
tips.
yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah.
very welcome, Vic. And we got Jim's Landscape LLC #1 Commodore
Howdy,
Productions.
sir.
Hello, Jim. And hi, Lemon. That's good to see you, Jim. Okay, so I've got you queued up there. I'm watching along with you. So, the boy who said no, Herbert, no. Okay, I had to throw that in. All right,
Well,
go
thank you,
ahead.
Kermit.
Yeah, no, no, that actually was
Uh,
Doctor Evil.
yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
uh, Now, this episode, of course, is season one, episode 8. The boy said no. It was, let me see. I have to go all the way up to find out. Okay. It was directed by Hollingsworth Morse and written by Rick, R-I-K. You may have to help me pronounce this one.
Okay,
Vollarearts, if I can get it out.
okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, yes.
Valorit?
Collins. Yeah. Oh, I can pronounce it for you. Yeah, I was just going to mention. Thank you for mentioning his name. Hollingsworth Morse also directed to help to find a friend episode there with ISIS. So he did that
Right.
also. Yeah, this is from Hendrik Vollerts.
Okay, this one says Rick. Okay.
Yeah, here
Um,
it says
it
Hendrik.
was,
Hendrik. Yeah, Hendrik
oh, okay.
Vollerts. Yeah.
And it was distributed. It aired on October 26, 1974. The synopsis of the episode goes as this: Mentor is hit over the head and robbed. Young Larry Burns knows that it was Ron Craig who robbed Mentor, but is threatened that he had better keep quiet or else. Billy and Mentor know that Larry knows who the robber was, and when Ron is seen looking for Larry, it becomes obvious that Ron is the guilty person. Knowing he has been found out, Ron forces Larry's father to take him out of town on his helicopter.
Wow.
The moral
Wow,
of
that
the
was
story was someday you may see somebody do something wrong. If you do not know what to do about it, just remember that when a problem has you stumped, it is a good idea to talk with a grown up you can trust. It could save
yeah,
you a lot of trouble in the long run.
right. Now there's only one thing I wanted to add to your thing. I noticed that this show came out on a Thursday. Now, was that odd? Because normally these shows always came out on Saturday morning, but for some odd
Um,
reason, this particular one came out on a Thursday.
it may be an error, or maybe it had something to do with a parade on TV or football game
Oh,
or something, so they aired it
oh,
early, or
yeah.
it could be a mistake and they
Okay.
printed the wrong day because usually
Oh,
it's on a Saturday.
yeah. Normally it is, and I just thought it was weird. It shows up as it's on a Thursday
Yeah.
and not a Saturday. So
Now,
I
Uh,
don't know.
the cast is usually Michael Gray played Billy Batson, Les Tremaine Mentor, Jackson Bostwick played Captain Marvel, Todd
Right.
Gross played Larry Burns, Andrew Rubin played Ron Craig. Celeste Cole played Molly Burns. Lee Brown, Lou Brown played Mr. Burns. Dermot Downes played the first boy. Brian Williams played the second boy, and Lou Scheimer was the narrator.
And he also, it says
Uh,
he voiced Solomon, Zeus, and Hercules.
well, actually, uh, one of the um, one of the immortals is voiced by uh, uh, Adam West.
Oh, yeah, that's very cool. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go.
and
Um,
I think he did either Hercules or he did um, I don't know. I think it's the one with the red beard. I think it's Hercules. I have to go back and check.
well,
But he was not credited for it.
right,
He was just paid a minimum salary, but he was not mentioned. Um,
yeah.
Most
Now the one
probably
person,
that was probably his doing because he was still so big with being Batman on TV that he didn't want to take away the Shazam character's stardom with him being there.
right, yeah. And
Yeah,
Eric said, and always keep your phasers on stun. Yes,
yeah.
that's true.
The
One person I wanted to pick out for you there, Jay, was Dermot Downs, and I knew that name sounded familiar because, well, first of all, he was born on May 25th, 1962, in Los
uh,
Angeles. He is a cinematographer, a director, and a producer. He is known for Star Trek: Strange New Worlds back in 2022. He did Doom Patrol in 2019 and Arrow in 2012. He also
right,
did, he got to direct, okay, it says here he got to direct one episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds in 2023. He was a director. And then there was a TV series called The Tomorrow People, uh, where he was a cinematographer for 15 episodes from 2013 to 2014. Then in the Arrow TV series, which was on the CW, he directed 3 episodes of that series, which is part of the DC extended universe. And that was from 2015 to 2016. And then he did Doom Patrol as a director for 4 episodes from 2019 to 2021. So this guy who was in that episode of yours did a lot. He's done a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty.
The
So go
goof,
ahead, sir.
the one goof is as Captain Marvel is hanging on the helicopter to bring it down to the ground. One camera shot from the front reveals two stuntmen in the copter's cockpit instead of the two actors. Well,
So
yeah,
you can
because they
definitely.
couldn't fly a plane, dingle dark.
So you could see that. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I did just check. Adam West did do the voice of Hercules on the series.
Hercules. That's awesome. Yeah. Um.
Mentor
Do you,
in the quotes, mentors. Yes, sir. What was you about to say?
no, I was about to say, would you like to share the quotes?
Yes. Go ahead and do mentor.
Mentor. Okay. Oh, this place hasn't changed a bit since my younger days, Billy. Quiet, peaceful.
Yeah, but there's been one big change, hasn't there, mentor?
What do you mean?
Dinosaurs are gone.
Oh, that's funny.
All
Um.
right. You're up
You
next.
be. Yeah. You be. Go ahead. You be Solomon. I'll be Zeus.
No, you do Solomon.
You want me to do Solomon? Okay.
Yeah.
Billy, we can appreciate your concern over this unpleasant incident.
But as it must be with all things which concern you, you must translate your concern into fitting and proper action.
Yes.
And you
And
do
let's see,
mentor.
mentor. Okay. I think I made a big mistake today too.
Well, what was that, mentor?
I didn't eat lunch. Oh, that's
they
hilarious.
they could be funny in this thing if they tried, but it was kind of bad, you know. Um,
Right.
the soundtracks for this episode, of course, is the Shazam theme written by Ray Ellis and Norm Prescott. And
Yeah. Now,
the
why did
like I said,
can I?
huh?
Yeah. Can I? No, I was just going to ask you a question, Jay. Is there a reason that Ray Ellis decided to disguise his name and use it as a woman's name, Yvette Blaze?
I don't know if that is a error or it's a pseudonym for to get more money. You know, like some authors, famous authors, will use a pseudonym name for a
Huh.
bad book that they've written.
Right.
They think it's a
Okay.
bad
And
book, but they were forced to write it, and they go with a different name.
oh yeah. Okay. I understand
I
what you're
just
saying.
don't know.
Yeah.
The filming
And
location
I.
is Griffith Park at 4730 Crystal Springs Drive, Los Angeles, California. Captain Marvel stops the RV as it enters the tunnel.
Right. And then
Hmm.
well, it looks like the user rating, IMDb gave it a 6.5 out of 10. So that's pretty high. That's pretty good. And yeah, about 40% of those that voted gave it that. And then
Well, I would
it's
rate this
also,
I would rate this a from a 10. I would say it would be a 4.5, or if it's between 1 and 5 rating, I would say it is a 2.9 with a grade of a D plus to maybe a C minus because it
okay.
was not a very good episode.
So you would say anywhere from a C minus to a C to a C plus.
No, from D plus to a C minus. It was
Oh,
not a good episode.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
not one of their
Um,
better ones like the next episode.
Yeah, like the next one. And then I did read the one external review from John Kenneth Muir's Reflections on Cult Movies and Classic TV. So there was a review of this episode done by him. So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty cool.
And the next episode is episode 9 entitled The Doom Buggy. This is a better episode.
Oh, cool.
As far as I'm concerned, this is a better episode.
Okay, so the Doom Buggy for next time.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
It's about a
Uh,
guy that doesn't want to go to school and he wants to just fix cars and everything instead of getting practical learning. And either girlfriend or sister, we'll find out next week, tries to get him to go back to school. So Bobby has, not Bobby, we were talking about Brady Bunch, and I'm thinking of Bobby.
yeah,
Um, Billy
got
Batson
it.
tells him, "Man, you want to know how I learned something? It's something in the episode, and Billy knows something that he doesn't, and he goes, I learned it in school."
Right. Well, and that's just like, that's just like this past episode that I did to find a friend. Uh, Initially, like I said, Tom, played by Bobby Brady, basically says to him, he was the one who told him after they found out about the gun and everything. He says,
Yeah,
I bet if you went back to school, you'd be a lot better
yeah,
off. And of course, he told Joe, because I guess Joe was a dropout, he persuaded
yeah.
him to go back to school along with ISIS's help, or in this case, Andrea Thomas. So, Yeah, I mean that's why I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said with mine, I gave it a 3.2 out of 5, so that would have been equivalent to about a C, somewhere between a C and a C minus for me. It
Yeah.
wasn't that great of an
Well,
episode, but I like the tips though. Yeah.
my episode of Shazam, I typically pass this up and go to a better episode
Oh, there you go. Well, that's like I said
because
with
there
mine.
are
I only had to
some
see it one
when
time, and I was like, okay.
when when I bury my hand in my face in almost every scene of the episode, that's telling me this is a bad episode. I want to go to something else.
Yeah, that's the best indicator. Yeah, I was just glad when I was done with mine. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yep.
Thank you. I saw
Burn
Bobby Brady. That was
burn this
nice. But
trash,
okay.
please. Burn this trash, please.
Right, right. Well, mine wasn't that bad. Yours probably was worse because I'd seen parts of it. It just was not good.
Yours was
So
better
I
than
felt
mine.
badly that mine was a little bit more decent than yours. I just say
Yeah, exactly. Mine was pitiful. Pitiful, pitiful. I'm using new
pitiful, pitiful.
words now out of dictionary. But
Yeah, Arabic said like
no,
a
it
pen
just
name for
was not a
glaze.
good episode. There are some. There's even some episodes of Star Trek that I just will not watch
Yeah,
because it's stupid.
yeah. Well, that's what we plan on doing. Is like I said, right after we do the Star Trek movies first, and then
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest, we'll go right into the very original series and start doing right from episode one, which is the cage, and then from where no man has gone before and onward.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah,
you did you I guess you didn't get that when I said it's so stupid.
it's
That
a
was
stupid.
from UHF, the little Japanese guy. You stupid.
Right, the one with Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah, UHF.
Love that movie.
We
Now,
we
see,
we
if
have
they
to
had
review
put
that when
that
you see it.
out, if
Yeah,
they had put that out sometime during the year that the blockbusters were not coming out, that thing would have
yeah.
been a hit. But since
Would
they
have been
put
a
it
hit.
out with Batman and everything, they had no way that it was going to do anything at the box office.
I think, yeah, I think that the producers, the director, the writers,
Yep.
the way that they planned it, like you said, during with the blockbuster movies and everything,
Uh huh.
every one of those people should have been fired. And if I were
Yep.
Weird Al Yankovic, I would have personally fired every single one of them and demand my money before you even started the film, before you even did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But
always said that's one of his regrets in life was doing that
no,
UHF
oh
film.
yeah,
He's
because
always
it's
said
a
it.
great movie. It's a cult
Yeah.
classic right now, and it's still
Oh, of
on.
course it is.
The last time I saw it was still on Tubi. It's
Yeah,
one of their top 10 watches on Tubi.
right. And Aravic says when we were just talking about Blaze and using the name as Yvette Blaze and Jeff Michael, that was back in the day when women used to not be credited for what they wrote back in the day. Yes, Aravic, I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Because it was the
yeah,
70s, the women's liberation, they were trying, uh, you know, you have to remember the period of time that it came out. So, that they were trying to get their independence, which is probably why, I feel bad because for Joanna Cameron because she did such a great job as I really do think she did for every episode she did.
she didn't
Uh,
get paid a lot.
yes, and the thing is, but though it only lasted like 2 seasons, and I said you could have had if you had a few more writers, and if you had a lot more people who were open minded about allowing a woman, uh, to be a superheroine,
Yeah,
you could have had her do it for at least a few more seasons. Could have done it like for four,
right.
at least 4 seasons. I would have even gone for 5 because that's how I
And
would have liked it at the
you
time. But of course,
know,
I'm only 10 back then, so I had no say.
yeah,
I was old. So
I was
yeah,
6. And the tragedy about Shazam was the reason why Bosket, who played Captain Marvel, was not in the second season is only due to he had a cracked molar and had to go to the dentist, and the director and the producer was going, we can't help that right now. We got to do this. You got a job. You're contracted. You can do it when it's not you're up for to do a stunt or whatever, your job. And he said, I
Right.
got to get this done. It's killing me. He said, do you think that you can film me with this big old knot on the side of my face? Because he was swelling up. And so when he went and got it done, the swelling went down as soon as he got it cut out. But then the doctor said you cannot talk or anything for at least a week. Well, he had his agent tell the people, and they said, "Oh, he's already been fired."
Oh wow.
Well, he took them to court, and they settled out of court because they didn't want bad press, especially with kids and everything. Well, kids back then didn't watch the news and stuff, and but they were doing everything they could, parents back then, to slam all the um, cartoons and stuff that had a little violence in it, and promoting toys and stuff. And so they paid him under the table, and he still tells that story to this day if he's still alive on at conventions.
Oh wow. That's
And
so
like he
cool.
said, and Bostwick said, I do not have any ill feelings for the man that took over the part of Captain Marvel. But like he said, we don't get a lot of pay for these gigs, for this live action Saturday morning cartoon, because it's a Saturday morning cartoon. You're not going to get hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode, or even $10,000 an episode. He said he
Right.
barely got like $4,000 an episode, and the star
Wow.
of the show didn't even get that much, like he said. And
Wow.
so
Crazy.
the ISIS and Shazam did not get rich off these shows.
No. No, they didn't. But
They
luckily,
did it because they
luckily by the
liked the
grace,
script.
sure. But as like I was going to say, but by the grace of God, Joanna did move on to better things. Jackson moved on to better things. Les
Yep.
Tremaine himself still did a few things before he
Well,
passed on. And the
I have to
kid who
look
played
it
Billy
up. I don't
Batson,
know if he did or
Batson.
not.
Yeah. Well, I know that Michael Gray did, but
I know
I also
Michael
know that
Gray. He
Joanna
quit
did stuff.
the thing after Shazam and his little stint in
Yeah.
the Brady Bunch, and
Hmm.
he became an entrepreneur.
Oh, cool.
Let's see, Jackson Bostwick. Let's see what he did after Shazam, if he did anything. He's 80 years old.
Well, let's see. I know
It
that.
doesn't have. I hate this with Wikipedia. Why don't you have a filmography of everyone that you got on your thing? Jeez.
Yeah,
He was
right.
a sentry in My Science Project and a guard in Tron. He did a horror movie called The Prey. But then in 84, 85, he returned to Alabama and taught theater at Auburn University. But he did direct the Ballad of the Sad Cafe, and occasionally appeared in a few movies in the 90s and 2000s. He is a founder of the LA, which stands for Lower Alabama Film Group, and the MIT, mostly in Tennessee Film Group, and two independent off Hollywood motion picture and television production companies. So
Right.
he didn't do that much. He did train in kung fu and plays the banjo. Wow.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
yeah. Now, yeah, I was just looking up here. Joanna Cameron, as I told you, she did pass away unfortunately
Yeah.
back in 2021 in Oahu,
What? Three
Hawaii.
years?
Yeah,
It's
three
been
years
three
ago.
years? Oh my
Yeah,
God, time flies by.
I know. She died from complications from a stroke. She was born
Yeah.
September 20th, 1948, 2 days before my eventual birthday in
Yeah.
1965 in Greeley, Colorado. Her nickname was Casey, Casey.
Yeah.
She was 5'6", and her birth name was Patricia Cara Cameron. And she was an American actress and model. Uh, Her brief acting career lasted from 1969 to 1980. I'm just kind of taking little snippets
Wow.
here and there. She played
Michael
Isis.
Gray is still acting. I can't believe that.
Yeah. She played in Isis, Secrets of Isis from 75 to 76. Her character was depicted as a distant descendant of the pharaoh uh,
Right.
Haphaset,
Right.
an amulet that once belonged to her ancestor, bestowed on Andrea elemental powers and turned her into a representative of the goddess Isis, from which the powers derived. Total of 22 episodes. She did 2 seasons. She also portrayed Isis in 3 guest appearances in the superhero series Shazam. She attended college during the late 1960s. She befriended fellow college student Linda Hope, who was the daughter of the comedian Bob Hope, who
Hmm.
lived for 100 years, um, from 1903 to 2003. Linda introduced Cameron to her father. Bob
Right.
decided to cast Cameron in the role of the main character Nancy Benson in the comedy film
Right.
How to Commit Marriage in 1969.
How to commit marriage.
How to Commit Marriage, yeah. In the film, Nancy is a 19-year-old music student who is impregnated by her boyfriend. She plans to give birth and then offer the child for adoption, while her parents conspire to adopt their grandchild without informing Nancy of its fate. This film was Cameron's film debut.
Hmm.
Uh, then she was cast as a female student in the black comedy film Pretty Maids All in a Row in 1971. And in
Right.
that film, Michael Tiger McDrew, who was the high school football coach and guidance counselor, played by Rock Hudson, he systematically seduces female students and has flings with them. But the girls are unaware that Tiger is secretly a serial killer and that he's responsible for killing several young girls. This was the only feature film scripted by the famed television writer Gene Roddenberry. So she was in that.
No,
Uh,
what was the title of it?
it's called Pretty Maids All in a Row from 1971.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She was in. I remember her in Macmillan when Susan St. James left the show due to her renewing her contract, and they wouldn't give her exact same amount of money as Rock Hudson. She left, and some others left, and it just
yeah,
became Macmillan instead of Macmillan and Wife. And she played
yeah.
an episode, and she was great in it. She wasn't in it a lot.
No,
It was mostly flashbacks and stuff, and then when she came into the scene, she was great in it. I've always loved Joanna Cameron. I love her in
yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I was going to get to that. It says here she ceased making film appearances by 1971. She had already
Yeah.
starred in guest roles in different series. She had a recurring role as Nurse Anne McAndrews in the medical drama Marcus Welby, MD. She also
Oh, I didn't
depicted
know
an
that.
unrelated one shot character in the same series. Yeah. So she was very familiar to people by the time she got The Secrets of Isis.
Huh.
Her most notable role in the period after the series, because she also made guest appearances in various television series, but her most notable role was in The Amazing Spider Man, playing the young journalist Gail Hoffman in the first 2 episodes of that series. Her character was determined to get an interview from the mysterious Spider Man. Gail was unaware that Spidey was her work colleague, Peter Parker. She and Peter even traveled together on an assignment by J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. And she had appeared in the late 1970s. She was a chosen model for several brands of cosmetics, shampoo, wine, beer, pantyhose, and breath freshener. At one point, she held the record for the most appearances in commercials. She had reportedly appeared in 105 commercials within a within a few years. Her commercials had a combined length of 150 hours. She retired
Wow.
from acting in 1980 at the age of 32. She
Wow.
worked for a decade as a nurse in the home healthcare industry. She retired from the role in order to work in the
God,
market.
would I love to have her as a nurse.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah, she also
I'm
worked
ready
in the
for my sponge bath.
yeah. She also retired to work in the marketing department of the hotel industry. I would have loved to work with her. Her marketing career lasted for several decades. It does say here It does say here that in October 2021, when she died at the age of 73, her death was caused by complications in the aftermath of a stroke. Her death was announced to the press by Joanna Pang Atkins, Cameron's former co star in The Secrets of Isis. They had apparently maintained contact since the series ended. Cameron's death
Right.
attracted considerable press attention, though she had remained out of the spotlight for 40 years. The
Yeah.
Secrets of Isis still has a cult following, and versions of Andrea Thomas have appeared in comic books by DC Comics.
Yeah.
Uh, she had one spouse, Grant D. Conroy, divorced, and no children. She never had any children. Um,
Um, I
and
have something
originally,
to. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, back in May 2003, she was working in hotel marketing in Hawaii, in Oahu. Uh, Like we said, her friend Bob Hope's daughter, Linda Hope, taught her into taking the part in How to Commit Marriage in 1969. She was originally favored by Paramount for the role of Jenny in Love Story in 1970, but that was given to Ali McGraw. That made her a star. Um,
And
she
she was an
stated,
ugly woman, and they should have went with Joanna.
that's right. And it says here, wow, you know the raven that she had every Saturday morning. She
Yeah.
said that she hated working with that black raven in the Saturday morning TV series Secrets of Isis, and asked the producers several times if they could write him out of the script. Wow, she hated
Yep.
ravens. Oops.
She was afraid of birds, is what I heard.
Yeah. She only did one quote, and this was about nudity. She said, I have no problem with it. In this day and age of full frontal nudity, I would say that anything that I've ever done is pretty tame. Fortunately, everything was in good taste. And that was it. So,
Yeah. Uh,
well,
the actor
but
in Shazam, John Davy, he
yeah,
tells a different story, so I don't know which one to believe. One story says that Bostwick says that he was fired due to tooth problem, and Davies says that the original actor Jackson Bostwick was fired by the show's producers who believed Bostwick did not
huh,
appear for filming as an attempt to increase his salary. Although
wow,
Jackson Bostwick explains he was receiving medical treatment for injuries which occurred while performing stunts during filming of Shazam
oh,
because
Shazam.
he was not given a stunt double. Bostwick
Oh,
successfully litigated against Filmation Associates, which was forced to pay him for the remainder of his contract plus residuals, including the entire second season.
wow.
Davey has recalled that the producers were hastily seeking to replace Bostwick, and as Captain Marvel, Davey appeared in 3 episodes of Isis, a companion TV series. Now,
That's,
there is something I'd like to talk about Davey.
yeah,
Nobody messed with this mother, I'm telling you. He was also a heavyweight boxer.
nice.
including he was the sparring partner for Joe Frazier. Don't
Oh well, there
mess
you
with
go.
this dude.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't care if he's 84 years old, he will whoop the tar out of you.
Oh, eat still would. Yes.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Now,
Um,
Jackson Boswick was a contestant on the television game show The Dating Game. Did you know that?
Jackson Boswick was on the dating game.
Yes.
Wow.
Um,
Did he win? Did he
it's
win or no?
it didn't say.
Oh,
Now
that doesn't
he
help if he
it's
didn't win.
I know. Now it says in his career, however, he was dismissed from the cast of Shazam 2 installments into the second
Okay.
season and replaced in the
And
role by John
And just
Davies.
quickly, I want to say
But
hello. Hi, Christian Carpenter. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you, Christian. Also, hello to Christian Carpenter from Aravic. Thank you, Aravic. And I just want to remind you guys, of course, we do have the StreamYard link is up there at the top of the chat. If anybody wants to come up and talk about anything they might remember at all, maybe, maybe those Saturday morning you know, live
yeah,
action shows that we're talking about or anything else you might
right,
remember about Saturday mornings, yeah, please come on up. We'll be here for about,
right,
oh, yeah, we'll be here another hour and a half. So, we just want to give ourselves a lot of, we have enough time, but we do want to give ourselves a little bit, I want to give myself a little bit of rest before I go and
yeah.
help Gorilla with his thing tonight, Canadian Bacon. That's a great film. I really like that. So anyway,
Um,
there is the StreamYard for everyone if you want to come on up and be a part of this today. All
it
right, go
says
ahead. I'm
that
sorry, Brother Jay, didn't interrupt. Yeah, go ahead.
It it says that Bostwick had not shown up for a day's shooting, and the producers Louise Scheimer and Norman Prescott accused him of holding out for a higher salary. Bostwick
Oh, really?
explains that he had sustained an injury during the previous day's filming and had gone
Oh,
to seek medical treatment. Well, usually when that happens, you tell somebody at the set, so
yeah.
it's making me believe that he was seeking a higher salary because uh, now I'll get to the reason why he says he has medical treatment, but wouldn't you believe it would be more believable if he told the producers or somebody that he was going? In an interview, he stated, I was at the doctor's office having my face and eye examined for an injury that I incurred during doing a stunt on the previous day. During the filming of a flying takeover sequence where the stunt boxes hadn't been reset properly, he successfully litigated against Filmation Associates, which was forced to pay him for the remainder of his contract plus residuals, including the entire second season. So 2 out of 3 are going for his way. So I think that the tooth thing is a bunch of hooey. But like I said, he knows how to play the banjo. But it seems like Davey is the one you need to fear because he's a professional boxer, a heavyweight, and has won several bouts as a heavyweight, and he was a sparring partner for Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier was a mean mother before he got knocked out by who was it? It was either Ali or
Joel and
the
Joe,
grill guy.
yeah,
He
Joel
was
and
known
Joe
as
Frazier.
Jolton Joe, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, Joel and Joe Frazier was in the Thrilla in Manila, which was in the Philippines. And if I'm quoting my sources correctly, because I'm a big sports fanatic, so yeah, the Thrilla in Manila, and he defeated him there, uh, Muhammad Ali, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, he if he can spar with Joe Frazier or any uh, popular boxer who can win, then I say you better leave the sucker alone.
Aravic Sonder answered our question. Yeah, his favorite DC Saturday morning show were the Justice Friends and Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, those were pretty good. I grew up watching some of those too myself later on. But yeah, they were both good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked them both.
Yeah.
And of course, Jay here, brother Jay, is a very huge uh, follower of the Super Friends. So he's seen the
Yes.
Super Friends,
Dun
challenges
dun
the Super
dun
Friends.
dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun dun
dun dun
dun
dun dun
dun dun
dun
dun
dun.
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 I love that show.
Yeah, yeah, and
Irving Sue is doing a commentary on the Super Friends right now. He's in the he's already done at least 5 or 6 episodes. No, it may be 4. But I love the Super Friends, even when it was corny on the first season with Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog. A matter of fact, I like Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog better than stupid Wonder Twins
Wonder
and
Twin
Space Monkey
powers
Gleek.
activate. Yeah,
I always say Wonder Twin powers when I'm trying to reach for something that I can't grab.
yeah. Arabic says, yeah, maybe it was the Super Friends in the '80s. Yeah, they were great.
Oh
The
yeah,
one that I
they
just
came
saw,
on about 78 or something like that. The first one, then
yeah.
they brought them back with the stupid Wonder Twins early in the 80s.
Mhm. Well, Batman. Remember the original Batman and Robin, or the Batman series from the late '60s? They brought
Yeah.
back Adam West and Burt Ward in the
No,
New
not Burt
Adventures
Ward.
of Batman. Yes, no, they did. Oh no, was it the guy
Oh, I
Don
thought you were
Messenger
talking
was?
about when. I'm sorry. You said the New Adventure of Batman. Yes, they brought them two back. I thought you
They
were
brought them two back,
talking
and then they
about the
had Bat.
time.
Right, and then they had Batmite. That's the one I
Yeah,
remember.
I thought
Yes.
you were trying to say, since we were talking
Oh,
about Super Friends, I thought you were saying that they brought back
oh
Burt
no, no,
Ward.
no,
No,
no. I
they
know. I
brought
know who
back Adam
plays the Robin.
West in the. They brought back Adam West in the Superpower show and the
Yes,
Galactic Guardians, the last
and
two
Galactic Guardians.
seasons
The
of
last
Super
two.
Friends.
Right,
But the rest of them was the guy that did the original Batman cartoon uh, before they brought Adam.
right.
He did the Batman, which I love. I got it somewhere. I bought it. I thought I
Yeah,
bought it. The New Adventure of Batman with Batgirl and Batmite.
that and Batmite. Yep, and Batgirl.
You
Yep.
know, it was sad that they couldn't bring the Penguin and the Joker into the original Super Friends because of Lou Scheimer, that idiot from Filmation. He got control of Joker and Penguin and Clayface and stuff like that due to
Yeah.
his Batman cartoon. But
Right.
luckily, have it, Filmation went out of business, and they were able to bring the Joker, Penguin, and um, some other evil villains to the last
I really
season
like.
of Super Friends.
Yeah. Now in the Super Friends, I always liked Wonder Woman because I thought she's definitely the epitome of Wonder Woman that I remember from the comics because
Yeah,
I used to read some comics with Wonder Woman in them, and then I remember that Kathy Crosby, whoever it was, yeah,
yeah.
Kathy Lee Crosby, played her in a uh, television
TV
movie
movie.
of one TV movie with Ricardo Montalban as a
Yeah,
the villain in that one, if you remember. And then after that, then they did the series with Linda Carter, which I thought was great because I like Linda Carter.
my
You know, but in
yeah,
but in the Super Friends, in the animated Super Friends, when
yeah,
they had uh, Wonder Woman there, I thought that was great, and she was
yeah,
perfectly done according to the comics. And also, she fought Cheetah, and I thought Cheetah, you don't see her as a villainess mentioned very often, but for her to be specifically against her, yeah, I thought that was cool. Yeah,
yeah.
I like that character.
Uh,
That's kind of underrated because some people don't. really follow, like they follow Batman, Superman, Aquaman,
Yeah.
the main guys, but they
I
don't
didn't
like
like
really
Aquaman
follow
that
much.
much.
They didn't
I
follow
was
much of
with the
Wonder Woman,
others.
so yeah.
I was with the public when they said that Aquaman was uh now Aquaman is a badass. Back then he was a loser. Um
Yeah.
now,
He was a whippy,
uh
whippy, whippy.
well, he talks to fish. Holy crap. That's his one and only gift. Damn. Now, the
Oh
one
man,
that I wish could have been in the Super Friends was Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Shazam.
But
Yes,
I loved Green Lantern.
yes. Except for the movie
No, I
that
like that
Ryan
movie.
Reynolds did.
I like that
Oh
movie.
well, uh, it's a cult happening now, but Ryan Reynolds did. He said he got written into the. He basically got written into it with a gun to his head or something. I don't know if I believe
I went to
that,
see
but
it. I went to see it 4 times at the theater.
yeah, Green Lantern. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
I even bought
hello,
the movie.
Batman. Yep. Hello, Dadman Walking 55. Howdy, Mikey, lurking today at work. Yes, sir, I can see that. I saw him early. I saw Dadman at his wife's morning musings that she did, and also I saw him lurking there to Sci-Fi Mombi. We had a nice little chat there. So, yeah, it's good to see you, Dadman. I appreciate you coming in and helping the algorithm. And of course, you're a very good friend. Friends, I should say. You and your wife are most wonderful people. So, thank you, uh, my friend, for coming in, being a part of this.
They're not
Yeah.
friends.
So I
They're
was
not friends. They're not
yes, they
friends. They're super friends.
super friends.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go, super friends. You know what? Did we ever see in any of the super friends? Did we ever see Black Adam? We never saw Black Adam, did we?
No, no.
I never saw him there.
We saw Black Adam in the NBC television cartoon, um, the Superpower Hour with Shazam.
Yeah.
Black Adam was in that cartoon, Shazam.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, it was in that cartoon. Yeah, Aravic told same as you did. Green Lantern is one of his faves. Best part of the movie was Sinestro. Yeah, Sinestro was good.
I always liked. I was so what's the word? I was ecstatic to find what's his name? Kilowog.
Oh yeah,
I
uh,
loved Kilowog in the comics, and I was so glad that he was in the movie.
in the movie, yeah. Dan Man
But he
Walking
didn't
says,
get to
yeah,
say.
he's Barrel
I
Blast.
don't remember if he said his catchphrase or not. He always called people Poozer.
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, she's a Barrel Blast. Thanks, Mikey. You are too. You're very funny people. And Aravic's laughing at you, Jay.
You Poozer.
You know what? Since we're discussing this, let's go ahead and yeah, let's take a look at the. We'll take a look at it here. Let's see. Da, 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 da,
I
da,
love
da,
the
da.
super. We got to I may start up on my channel and you come and help me or we'll do it 1 year. We need to put on our list of reviews Super Friends.
Oh, we definitely need to for sure.
Yes.
Okay, now according to this, according to IMDb, this film did win the ASCAP Film and Television Music Award for top box office films. The winner in
Really?
2012 for James Newton Howard, the director of the film. And then it
Wow.
received two nominations for the Teen Choice Awards. Uh, Ryan Reynolds,
Wow.
that was nominated for Choice Movie Actor of a Sci-Fi Fantasy, and Blake
Uh-huh.
Lively was the Choice Movie Actress for Sci-Fi Fantasy. And then in
Who did
Hollywood
she play?
Post
I
Alliance
can't
United
remember.
States, yeah, In the Hollywood Post Alliance of the United States, this movie won the HPA Award in 2011 for Outstanding
Hmm.
Sound Feature Film, which had John T. Reitz, Reitz, Greg Rudolph. I said Rudolph. It's not
Oh.
Rudolph. It's Rudolph. Uh, the re-recording mixers, Rick Klein, uh, Pierre Hallberg, who was the supervising sound editor, and Karen Baker Landers, who was the supervising sound editor. And then it got a nomination for a
Yeah.
2011 Scream Award for Best Superhero Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern Hal Jordan. It got a nominee for Best International Actress from the Jupiter Awards, Blake Lively, and then it got a Fan Film Award nomination in 2017 for Best Adapted Screenplay from Crafty St. James, and then it got nominated and won. First, it was nominated in the Golden Schmo Award for Worst Movie of the
Oh.
Year, but then it got a winning award from that same Golden Schmo for Biggest Disappointment of the Year.
Hmm.
So that's all the awards and everything. Nominations. It got 3 wins and 6
Yeah.
nominations. Yeah. So
Uh, Now Ryan Reynolds has said that he hated the movie.
yeah,
He has admitted to having a poor working relationship with the director Martin Campbell and was
yeah,
glad to see the film perform poorly
yeah. Now,
and
Mike.
and critically and
Yeah,
financially, as he did not wish to reprise his role as the Green Lantern.
right. Now
I,
I do remember that
I'm sad
Sinestro.
about that because I loved him as Green Lantern, but the one reason why it failed is Hal Jordan has been what is the word? He is famous to be known as a man without any fear, and in the movie, Hal Jordan was afraid all the time.
Yeah.
That was the only continuity error.
Who was the man that you said what appeared in the movie that was the same as Hal Jordan? What was the name of the guy that appeared was in the comics, and then you said you were happy because he was in the movie?
Ryan Reynolds played Hal Jordan. It wasn't a new character. He was playing Hal Jordan. I was
I know
happy
that.
that he was playing Hal Jordan, but he wasn't playing him to like the comic books because in the comic books he
Right.
was brave, he was without fear, but in the movie he was afraid as hell.
Yeah, but what was the name of the guy you said that was in the comics but appeared in the movie? There was a character name you had in there.
Oh, Kilowog.
Kilowall?
I love Kilowog. He's
There's
the character.
nobody like that in. Okay, well maybe I'll look it up here in the cast and crew because I was also two things I remember about this film. One, Martin Campbell, who started the careers of Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, and
Uh,
also started the career of Daniel Craig as James Bond, directed this film. Martin Campbell.
let's see.
Um,
Oh,
also,
cast and
let's see.
crew.
How do you spell his
I
name?
was
This
sure
H
I saw him in the
Kilowog.
movie.
Okay, that this before he died, Michael Clark Duncan did the voice of Kilowog.
Yes, he was good as Kilowog, man.
Yeah, that was Michael Clark Duncan who did the voice of Kilowog. Kilowog was supposed to be a what do you call it? A CGI character, and it was
He
voiced by
was
Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah,
because see, Kilowog is kind of I can't remember what color Kilowog was. I know he's not green.
yeah. That was
Shoot.
that was one of the last roles. that was one of the last roles that Michael Clark Duncan did before he died in
Yeah.
2012. Was the voice of Kilowog. That was Michael
Can't
Clark
believe they
Duncan.
don't have
He's the
a
guy who was
photo
in
of him.
Shaw. No, he was the one you remember who was in the Green Mile with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan. That was him. He did the voice of
yeah,
Kilowog. So yeah,
yeah.
that was his last film as
Kilowog.
either acting or as a voice. Then he died in 2012.
Okay.
So yeah, that
I'm
was it.
fixing
It
to
was
see.
one of the last ones.
Okay. He is brownish. Uh, he's kind of brownish, and of course he's in a Green Lantern's uniform, but he is brown, and he has um, a trademark of calling people poser.
Yeah, right. Aravic said I'm laughing with him. The Super Friends joke. Uh, no, Aravic. Actually, I've never seen the Blue Beetle movie, but it's spelled Beetle. But that's okay. You only miss it by one letter. Yeah,
He
it's supposed to be DC. Is it DC or is it Marvel? Blue Beetle. I think Blue Beetle's
DC
Marvel. Oh, he is DC. Okay,
DC
Uh,
DC.
DC. I've never seen the Blue Beetle movie. No, I haven't seen it.
I like Blue Beetle in the Justice League cartoon, but I didn't like. I knew I wasn't going to like the movie, so I didn't go see it.
Hmm.
Kilowog is a cross from a porcupine and a bulldogish appearance, and
Okay.
he's from the planet Bolavox Vic, located in Space Sector 674.
Right.
And
Well,
man,
at the time,
you should see the little bit of film that he becomes a trainee of the Green Lantern Corps, and this small little dude who is his trainer beats the living crap out of him for disrespecting the recruiter, and the recruiter saves all of his trainees' lives while
yeah,
saving a planet, and he loved him so much for that that he kind of took his persona and lived through him, the little guy, his trainer, and he
yeah.
started calling everybody Poozer.
Ah, right.
I
Cool. Yeah,
love
and I
Kilowog.
was
He's a mean mother.
yeah, and I wanted to go back to one of Aravic's previous uh comments where he said that he liked Sinestro. Now, Sinestro was played by Mark Strong. Mark
Yeah,
Strong is one of those great actors that he can play bad guys just perfectly. If you remember, he was the dad of the son that went bad in Kick Ass. That he gets
kick
blown
ass.
up in his office building. Spoilers, by a bazooka, which is aimed by
All right.
Kick Ass. Um, and then, of course, he also was in the Shazam movie that came out. Not the second one. He was in the first one that came out in 2017 with Zachary Levi playing the role of Billy Batson or Shazam.
Yeah.
So he was the bad guy, the
Now,
villain
in
in
the
that one.
Green Lantern movie, that
So
Sinestro, he
yeah,
is he's got a little thing at the very end of the credits where
yes,
it leaves an opening for a future movie. He
for future movie it
steals
does. Yes,
he steals a yellow lantern ring, and he becomes part of the Yellow Lanterns, which they are known. Their power is fear.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's true. Yeah, but as we're saying this, this movie is 13 years old, and if if Green Lantern is DC, right? Yeah, I still remember that.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so if they bring back Green Lantern, they'll have to bring back Ryan, but if they
No.
do, the problem is they can't because he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
He's
have to bring
Marvel.
somebody else
They're not
in.
going to let him up.
No, they won't let him out his contract. So what they would need to do if they bring back or if they go ahead and do what they plan on doing in the next
Right.
few years from now, they're going to have a crossover of the two universes. If Mark Strong is still around, I want him to come back as Sinestro. I do.
I guarantee you that DC would love to have a crossover, but Marvel will never do a crossover with DC unless they absolutely need it for ratings and money, which kind of that's the way it's going right now. But
With
Marvel right now does not want to have anything to do with DC.
with DC, okay, that's probably
Yeah.
because of Kevin Feige. So are we all saying that if Kevin Feige drops off the face of the earth, then
Well,
Marvel
no,
might be more
it's
open to a DC?
due to that lady. I can't remember her name. Uh,
Oh well, we probably don't want to mention her. It's probably
and
best we don't
also
remember.
the head guy who
Yeah,
just uh, who just
yeah.
defeated a guy from taking over Marvel. I thought the dude had enough votes to kick him out, but apparently he didn't.
No. Well, right now, as far as I know, Kevin Feige is still the boss of Marvel. He's still
No.
in charge. Right? They say
Um,
he's a
the
main
man that
producer and
the
director.
Marvel, I don't know. I think hang
Okay,
on a
well,
minute, let me check.
go ahead and
How do
check
you
who owns
how do
Marvel
you
right now.
spell that last name?
Well, just no, just type out for Google search who owns Marvel Studios.
Disney. Disney.
Disney owns it. Okay, so is it Bob
Yeah.
Iger?
Yeah. Bob
Uh,
Iger is the CEO of Disney.
So he owns Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's Iger. Iger is the one you're talking
Yeah.
about. Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to give up the Marvel property and he doesn't want to merge with DC. So,
Right.
and unfortunately, Kevin Feige, who tried to take that position, doesn't have enough power. He is a very good producer and director, so they will still keep him in place
Yeah.
for future Marvel for future Marvel products and productions, but until and promotions. But until Iger leaves, yeah, you're probably right. They won't associate with the DCEU until he's gone, until Iger's gone. So
Hmm.
yeah. Just going over here, two things. Aravic says the movie was pretty bad, sadly because I love Blue Beetle. Well, I like Blue Beetle too in the comic, but yeah, I guess the movie just wasn't that good. I guess. Aravic said they should use Chris Pine as Green Lantern. That would be a good choice. I like that.
No, no, he's a scaredy cat too. No, what they need somebody strong enough. I would say, if he can lose the British accent, the man who plays Thor, he would be a great Hal Jordan. But you
Oh,
have to
Chris
write him at Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Yes,
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, you could do that.
you need to write him as a man with no fear.
Yeah, right. Arabic said they could also do a John Stewart version of Green Lantern. Well, they could.
Dang it! I
John
wish I
Stewart.
could get me TV tunes. They're
Yeah.
bringing back all the cartoons into a new channel called Me TV Tunes starting June 25th. Dang it! I wish
Oh,
I had Me TV.
yeah. Oh, and speaking of Chris Hemsworth, I just
Yeah.
downloaded Thor: Love and Thunder, which came out last year with Natalie
God, that
Portman
sucked.
becoming she Thor, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, that just came
Yeah.
out 4 days ago, free on YouTube, so it's available now. Just to
Yeah,
let you guys
because
know it's there. Thor: Love and Thunder, and it has,
they want to.
but it has,
You know why?
uh,
You know why?
yeah. Go ahead.
The more people watch it, they get money and give it to Disney, um, because they didn't do good at theater.
At the box office, so they're doing it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand, but I didn't know. See, but this is one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that Christian Bale was in the film playing a villain. So
it's
I'm like,
Christian Bale.
cool. Yeah. So you know what? Now I'm just going to watch Love and Thunder. I'm glad that we didn't go into the theater to see it because I know it was so bad.
Who's
Everybody
Christian
said it was
Bale?
terrible. Whatever, right? But I like it if in the fact that I know the villain is who used to play Batman, the Dark Knight, Christian Bale, and I'm like, well, let's see how Christian Bale does. So
Who's Christian Bale?
he plays the villain. He plays the villain in Thor: Love and Thunder. He also used to play the Dark Knight in 3 movies that he did as Batman. He had Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The
Huh?
Dark Knight Rises. He was in those 3 films as Batman.
Hang on.
Christian Bale.
What's the name of it again? Batman what?
He was in Batman
Batman
Begins,
Begins.
Dark Knight,
Yeah.
and Dark Knight
Oh,
Rises.
Christian Bale. I've been
Yeah.
saying Eric Bana. Dang.
No, not Bana. Bana was in Star Trek Nemesis, or not Nemesis. Um, he was in
Huh?
the
The
he
Hulk.
was in the reboot Star Trek. Remember, he was one of the you know uh, what is it again? He was one of those Romulans that you know
Oh, he
chop
was
over the
the
Star
Star
Trek
Trek
universe.
9 Star Trek 9 shit.
Yeah,
2009 Star Trek. He was oh hell, what was his name?
he
Um
was uh, he was a
shit, what was his
Neo.
name?
Was it Neo or Nero or whatever? Something like that.
Something like that. Something
He
like
was
that.
in the
I'm fixing
reboot
to
with
find
Chris
out.
Pine. Yeah, Nero.
Nero.
Was it Nero? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you might
Yeah,
be
I
right
always
there.
get them two
Nero.
confused.
Right. Yeah,
I'm going
Nero.
like, who the heck is Bale?
No, Christian Bale has he's done a lot of good films. Like I said, but he's most
He
known for
was
those
good
three
in
Batman films he
I
did
liked him
with
in
Michael Caine. With Michael Caine as
yeah,
Alfred.
right.
Yeah.
I
Right. That
liked
was Christian
him
Bale.
in the first one, but I didn't like the second and third Batman.
Why
I
didn't you
just
like the
did
second
not
and third?
like the third one. They didn't do Bane good,
No, they did
and
him really
Talia.
good, actually. No,
No, he
I beg to
didn't.
differ with you there. No, Bane was good. Tom
Honey,
Hardy did a great
son,
Bane.
Bane's power is venom, and he pushes a button and he grows. This dude didn't grow at all.
He didn't have to grow. He was already built. He didn't have to grow.
No,
Remember,
that's not
he
Bane.
struggled. Oh,
But
okay.
that's not Bane, Mikey.
Okay,
Now
I get you. I
they
understand.
did Bane good in Batman and Robin.
Yes, I agree with that.
Now the woman that was playing Talia al Ghul didn't like her
Yeah,
either, and I didn't
she was
like
okay.
the Catwoman either. They should have got a
Well,
different
now,
Catwoman.
I'm going to agree with you there. Anne Hathaway did a terrible Batgirl. I mean, not Batgirl,
Yeah,
Catwoman. Whatever.
Catwoman.
Shit.
And the second one, I just didn't like that Heath Ledger had to um, what's it called? He had to train
Joker.
himself to be the Joker. You don't have to
Yes.
train to be insane, just act insane. He went too far in it and he killed himself.
Well,
And he
supposedly.
supposedly, well, he died. Let's just say that
Well, he just died. It just we all know there's some
he died
controversy
for
there.
this part basically,
He
and
died
that
for
was
this part. Yes.
I loved him as the Joker, but I hated that he died, and so
Yeah.
I just can't watch that movie anymore.
Why? Because he died? You knew it that was his last
Yes,
film? I,
the movie killed him. The movie
yeah.
literally killed his real life. His real life.
Yes.
It
Okay.
kind of reminded
Supposedly.
me of. He kind of reminded me of how the music killed Keith Whitley.
Right. Yeah.
I can
Well, let's see.
barely
We still
listen
got
to Keith Whitley anymore.
yeah, well, Keith Whitley. He still has a few good songs though. I don't mind
Oh,
listening to him
he
once in
was
a
a
while.
great dude, man. He was. They were
Yeah,
talking about he was going to be like Garth Brooks before Garth Brooks.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind
Shoot.
of a bum out there.
Yeah,
Let's see.
he was
So
getting
we
up
still
there,
got good
man.
people
But the
watching.
alcohol
Cool,
and
cool.
drugs is what killed him.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Aravic, Jim, if you're still watching this, Jim, it's pinned there at the top. You guys, the StreamYard link. If you want to come up and join us, let us
They
know.
probably left.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I see two
Well, if
people.
you
One
guys
of
want to
them's
join
me
us
in
and
the
just
chat.
chill out and talk about other stuff, that's what I'm saying. But if you want to come up and talk about your favorite superhero or
Arabic,
superheroine, yeah,
Arabic has a comment on there if you want to read it.
I did Nero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nero question mark. Nero was the villain in Star Trek 2009. He was
right,
the
Nero.
Romulan. He
That
wasn't no
was his
Romulan.
name, right? That that
Yeah,
was his name that
yeah,
Eric Bana played, right?
right.
Nero.
Yes,
Yes. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
But he didn't look like none of them Romulans look like Romulans. Like the
No, he
Romulans
didn't.
don't look like Romulans in Star Trek Discovery. Thank God that show's over with. But
I still like. Sorry. Go ahead.
I did like how it ended.
Yes, I agree. No, I did like the way that it ended the movie, led to a opening for a second one. Yes, I enjoyed
Uh,
that.
do you know? No, it didn't. It didn't open it for another one. You know where she's taking the ship at the
Where?
end of Discovery?
Where?
Calypso. Short treks Calypso, where the ship is abandoned and this guy is in an escape pod and the ship receives him and heals him and they fall in love and same
Oh,
line.
Jay, Aravic hasn't seen it yet, so don't say anymore. He
I'm
doesn't want
sorry.
spoilers.
I just spoiled it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. He's just gonna tune out for a sec. Don't want spoilers.
Well, why
Yeah,
didn't
he
you
hasn't
watch
seen
it?
the
It
rest of
came on at midnight.
it. Well, I'm not a Discovery fan. I don't watch it,
I got
so
up at midnight and watched it.
Jesus. Oh my
Now,
God.
this is
Arabic,
the
just
first
you
time
know what
I
you
have
do?
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
no,
ahead.
I'm gonna tell Arabic what he needs to do. This is a really bad thing between you and me. Obviously, we share this. If we start to do a spoiler, people out there in the chat, just put both your hands over your ears and go la 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 la. Wait till we're done, or until we notice that you say that, and then we go, okay, we don't want to say anymore. We don't want to give away anything.
Well,
So
I
yeah.
just figured everybody's seen it already, so they can get
Oh
through
no
with
no
it because
no no! I don't.
it was a terrible
I
series.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't watch that thing. I don't watch Star Trek
Uh,
Discovery. To me, it's
Dude,
Star Trek Discovery, but that's okay.
you need to watch the entire season of season 5 because actuality
Oh no.
5 through 10 of season 5 are the best of the entire series. I
Okay,
love I loved it.
and I appreciate what you're saying about that, Jay. But I'm just not. I am not a Discovery fan. I am not. I
I'm
haven't
not.
been since the
I
first
hate
season.
Discovery.
I
I'd
know.
rather take every. This how much I hate Discovery. I would
Okay.
take every last one of them and boil them in oil.
Okay. You better make sure
Except
you tell Brainy Specs, tell Jeff about that when we see you again, on Saturday with
what I
Jeff
thought he
Brady.
hated Discovery,
He does. That's why I'm saying if you tell him that you
but
hate Discovery too, he'll love you more for it.
but season 5 episodes 5 through 10 I love.
Okay, well, don't tell him that. He doesn't want to
Well,
know that.
he can bite me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
have anybody tell me I have to hate something or something.
I know, brother. I know. I just, I,
I can hate a
we get it.
show easily than anybody else. I guarantee you.
I totally get it. No, I mean, there's just way too many people that just do not like Star Trek Discovery. They don't.
Uh,
So just
I don't like any of the new tracks. I don't like uh, Prodigy. I don't like new Lower Decks.
Strange New Worlds.
I
Strange New
don't
World.
like Picard. I
Uh,
did like Picard season
I,
three.
I
The
like season
last.
3, the last 2 episodes of season 3, and
Thank
of the
you, thank
series.
you. The last two episodes are great. The rest of them suck.
The rest of them suck.
And I don't like new what's it called? Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds, yeah, with Pike, the guy that plays
That is
Pike
not the
Anson. Man.
Enterprise. That is not the Enterprise. The Enterprise. Give me a show of New Trek that looks like '60s Enterprise.
Right,
Get
exactly. Yeah,
or
I am not.
or Paramount finally admits that they are rebooting the series.
Uh-huh.
Because until you say that, we are believing that this is the original series, but you're screwing it up.
They're going to
But
screw
if
it
it
up if
is
they
a
do that.
reboot, then say it's a reboot, dadgummit.
Say it's a reboot. Yeah, don't, yeah. But don't say you're just going to read,
We'll love it if it's a reboot.
Well,
Well,
depends
no,
on
we
how
won't.
well it's done. It
No,
depends
we
on how
won't.
well it's done and if it's not woke. Because I can tell you,
What I
every new
want
trick
is
that's
to
ever come out is
Paramount.
woke.
Right. What I want is Paramount putting it back into the 24th century uh, and making it the ships, the technology look like Voyager, TNG style computers again. I'm tired of this holographic controls. I hate that bullshit. Lord forgive me.
Okay, so, so, Bull Sheep Dip. We're correcting his
I
language
hate
there.
lower decks.
You hate it? Okay. That's what
They're
Aravic
making
asked
fun of
you.
Star Trek. There is no way in heck that Gene Roddenberry would make fun of his creation.
Right. Now, Aravic has a good question. So, what are they calling it? A reimagining?
They're calling it a. We are in the. I still say it's in the Kelvin timeline,
It's in the Kelvin
but they
universe. Yeah.
but they are saying it's in the Prime timeline.
No,
When did we start calling TOS Prime? It's just TOS.
it's just TOS. We never called it.
It's
Yeah,
the
we never called
TNT
it.
era, TOS era, whatever.
Right. Yeah, we
Now,
never
I would
called it
love
the
to
Prime
see,
universe.
yes,
Yeah.
I would love to see a Gary Seven series.
Well, you know what? They were going to make, and they were get that. That's why they called it Assignment Earth, because that was
Yeah,
going to be the name of the spin-off series
yeah,
from Star Trek, the original series, and it was going to
I would
feature.
love to see that.
It was going to feature Lansing and Terry Garr, and then for some reason, the overlords and TV at that time said,
Yeah,
"Nah, that's bullcrap.
yeah.
We're not going to do that." So go figure. I would have loved to have that as a separate spinoff, and I would have watched both. I would have watched
And
both.
they're
But I really wanted to
changing
have Assignment
the
Earth.
continuity from Khan being the genetic wars in 1999 to
Yeah.
2024 now.
hmm
It's
Oh, this is a good
stupid.
point from Aravic. Yeah, he says that. Yep, Gary Seven uh,
Yes.
and Assignment Earth. That was an excellent episode, but it was too similar to Doctor Who. Oh,
I
maybe
don't
that's it.
watch Doctor Who, so I don't know what you're talking about. So
I do. I know what he's talking about. It
I've
just
only
didn't
I
have the
only
TARDIS.
like I only like Doctor Who number 3, and that's it.
I'm Tom Baker. My Doctor Who is
Yes, I
Tom Baker.
know.
I think he was Doctor number 4. Yeah, he's my
Hmm.
he's my Doctor Who.
I
Because
can't
I watched
stand
an
him.
entire season. I watched an entire season with Tom Baker as Doctor Who. late night.
Oh, he had
This
what? He was
in
the
quiet of
longest
my
one to
bedroom
have.
watching.
He was
Yeah,
the longest one having the reign of Doctor Who. What,
Tom
seven,
Baker
5 or 7 seasons?
years, or something like that. Yeah, uh, that's true. Yeah, let me let's see here. I can check it
I
here
think
real quick.
Petrie was the best Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I
let's see here.
loved him. His son could play him, the third Doctor, if they would just bring him in a Doctor Who episode.
Okay, yeah. Doctor Who's Tom Baker is the fourth Doctor. He appeared
Yeah, I
in
know.
172 episodes, 179 counting the regeneration in part 6 of Planet of the Spiders, and his untelevised appearances in the six-part aborted serial Shada, Shada, over a 7-year period. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he was in there for 7. Yeah.
and he was alongside Lala Ward's Romana in a series of 4 television
They
commercials for
call it series instead of seasons over there. Of course, they're
right.
mixed up people anyway. Sorry, Zoe.
Yeah, yeah. So
Sorry, Zoe and Conti, but y'all mixed up over there.
yeah.
they
So
call
teeth and
they
girls,
call
jelly
our
babies.
cookies crackers. Ain't that stupid?
You know what? I remember the lovable robot dog episode. They're giving some of his
Canine.
episodes in here.
Oh,
Some
I'm
of his
sorry,
prime
Mikey. You're
episodes.
part of that ruling class now too. I forget you're in Canada, and that's kind of British thing. Sorry about that, dude.
Oh no, that's okay. No, that's why I enjoyed Doctor Who. It was great. I loved it. Well, I am in Canada now, but so back then I used to watch it on BBC
Um,
as a kid, late
please
night
tell me,
on my black and white television set, and I watched Doctor Who and I watched Tom Baker. So yes, I was big into that.
please.
Yeah, be careful, Jay. Canada is still part of the Commonwealth. Yes, it is. It's
They're
still part of the
still
British Empire.
weird the way they call things, name things, and they drive on the wrong side of the road. Dear God, you're gonna have
No,
an
well, wait a minute.
accident.
Well, the British is one of the few that do, but not here in Canada. Here we do drive on the correct side of the road.
Oh, thank God, sane people. Um, do you drink tea or coffee, Mikey?
Well, I don't drink coffee, okay, because coffee is too
Oh, you
addictive.
poor
And I
boy.
do no, no. I love my tea. I'm an Earl Grey.
Oh
I'm a
God,
Picard. I'm
we've
an Earl
lost him.
Grey rose tea hot. I
Oh
enjoy that. I
God,
love it.
we've lost him to the dark side.
You have not lost me to
Hell,
the dark side.
hell, coffee.
Yeah, we don't have coffee in the house, and because Suzanne is also allergic to coffee. That's the other reason.
Oh
Otherwise,
God, that means when y'all come over to visit, I'm gonna have to hide my coffee smell.
yes, you will. Yeah, it'll swell her up. Could you give me another drink, please, honey, Oliver? And I'll bring that down after we're done here.
Went down the wrong
Let's see.
windpipe. Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah. Arabic says, Mikey, did you ever see Keeping Up Appearances on BBC?
Oh,
So
I
funny.
love that show.
I love that show. Yes. Yes, I did.
Is that the
I
one
saw a
with
lot of shows.
Hyacinth?
I Yeah, I think so. I know. I thought it had one of
How did
the.
she answer the phone? The Potato
Uh,
Residence, lady
there
of
it
the
is.
house speaking.
Yeah,
I
Keeping Up
loved her.
Appearances. Yeah, Keeping Up Appearances was from 1990 to 1995. It lasted for 5 seasons. If you want to, Jay, you and I could do Keeping Up Appearances.
Oh yes, I love that. But I can't watch them because I can't find any episodes on YouTube.
Well, that's okay, but we can always do IMDb. But yeah,
Yeah,
the lady that played Hyacinth was Patricia Routledge,
yeah.
and Clive Swift.
She played a sleuth, a detective after that show.
Yeah, and then Clive Swift played Richard. And then Jeffrey Hughes played Onslow, and Judy Cornwell played Daisy. Yeah,
Oh, the woman with was so scared of Hyacinth that
yeah.
she had to give her a plastic cup because she kept breaking her fine china.
Oh, geez. Yeah, and here was the premise: Hyacinth Bucket, who insists her surname is pronounced Bouquet, although her
Bouquet.
husband Richard has said it was always Bucket until I met you.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
that's the thing that makes me laugh.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
The
Aravic
Bouquet
said I
residence,
prefer
the
coffee
lady
in
of
the
the house
morning,
speaking.
but iced tea in the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, hyacinth bouquet, right? Not bucket. Right, right. That's how she claimed it. But yeah, her husband, Richard said it was always bucket as long as he knew her. I just thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious. Yeah. And her neighbor and her poor brother. Yes, that's right.
yeah.
And I remember that. And
Wait a
Sheridan.
minute. I thought it was her sister.
No,
I
he
thought
said it was her neighbor and poor
I thought the
brother.
brother was her brother-in-law. I thought she had a sister.
Oh, well, she might have had a sister.
I think
Uh,
her sister was married to the dirty uh the guy that never hardly worked. I don't know how they made a living because they were always in bed.
yeah, I don't know. Huh. Well,
I liked
I was reading from the cast and I had just closed it. So, oh,
I
she
liked
had two
Waiting for
sisters.
God.
Yeah, Aravic knows this. She had two sisters, Violet and Rose,
Yes, 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 that's it.
and then
I
three. Yeah,
loved
wait, three. Right,
I liked Waiting for God. Remember that series?
Waiting for God. No,
Yeah.
I don't remember that series. No.
Is an old man and an old woman that lived in a kind of like nursing home, high-end nursing home. And in the last series, they call it series, not seasons. The
Right.
last series, they lived together in a house on the grounds. Aww. Aww.
My
Aww.
wife loves me.
And you love her. Yes.
I do.
Hello,
Hey.
dear. And what's the are you being served or something?
Yes. Are you being served is a great one too. Yes.
About the dead donkey.
Yes.
Yes.
I
And
love
then
that that gay dude. He is so funny.
yeah, and then my favorite series besides Monty Python's and Space 1999 and I used to watch Thunderbirds and I watched
Yeah.
UFO.
Sorry.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
the one I
Yeah.
liked, the one that I really liked, the comedy was absolutely fabulous. That
Never
was
heard
great.
of that.
Joanna Lumley. It was fantastic. It was
Never heard
hilarious.
of it. I like Blake 7.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Have you ever seen
There was
Blake 7?
also, don't forget, there was also one called The Prisoner. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
I didn't like that as much.
Yeah,
I
I thought it was
watched
good.
it, but I didn't like it. I just
Okay. Aravic says Daisy is the third sister, the one with the pool and pony or whatever. He said.
yeah.
So Violet, Rose, and Daisy. Yes. Okay. There we go.
You
Those.
remember Daisy as the one with the pool and the pony?
Yeah. Yeah.
God. She tried to
Yeah.
be
Wait.
rich when
No,
she
that
wasn't
was
even
Violet.
barely what do you
Yeah.
call it?
Aravic said, wait, that was
Not
Violet.
hurting.
Hey, Aravic, if you you've
Come
got
on
it
up,
open to
brother.
you. Yeah, please come on up, Aravic. We've talked to you before. Uh, the link is right there. It's at the very top. I'll just
I didn't know there
give it
was
to
a
you one more
drug
time
called
here.
gas
There it is
station
right there.
heroin.
So, sir, if you want to come on up. It's available. We got it. We
Has
got about an
anybody
hour or so
heard?
still.
Has anybody heard of a drug called gas station heroin? I just got a news report from a local TV station saying that Louisiana has finally outlawed gas station heroin. I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah. Oh, and he said, "Yep, Violet's the one who is never seen. It's only
Right, right.
Rose and Daisy."
Onslow was married to
Onslow, the guy who
either
played
Rose
Onslow.
or Daisy. I think it's
Yeah.
Rose. No, I think it's Daisy. Rose is the slut.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thanks for telling me that. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the invite. Got to pass for today, but someday soon. Okay, Aravic. Well, you've got an eternal invite if you ever want to come up, sir. Because we love talking with you, and we love seeing you at Jet Nerdy and at
Yeah.
A Question of Track. You're hilarious. You're a funny man. Yeah.
Has he played?
Right. Daisy's the one married to Onslow.
Has he
Yeah,
played
this is how they
Jeopardy or
spell it,
Question of Track
Onslow.
before, Mikey?
Yeah, Aravic's been there. He's been in the chat. He's never played it though.
Oh.
He's always in the chat with us through Jet Nerdy and through A Question of Track. He's always there.
Oh,
We
okay.
talk to
So
Arabic.
always a
Remember when we stay, afterwards, after we play the games with Jet
right.
Nerdy, and we stay for the after hour chat and everything with the panel, Arabic is always there. He's always been
Oh,
there.
okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's great.
So
I love
always
I
a
love Arabic.
bridesmaid, never a bride. Okay.
Yes. And right, he says, yes, Daisy's the one married to Onslow. I just corrected him, Onslow. Yeah, thank you. Same to you guys. Well, thank you. Yeah, he's been a contestant on Question of Trek before,
Oh,
Arabic.
okay.
Yeah.
How'd
Me
you
and
do?
Zoe won. Yeah, him and
All
Zoe won.
right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
Zoe
won with
whooped my
Zoe.
ass last week.
Yeah. Well, I won with
Over.
Zoe and
I
beat.
don't like that new thing that they're doing, Mikey, where you have to guess the whatever the topic is, and you get 5 points. We had
Yeah,
won, and then they just took it away because of figuring out what the stupid topic was. That's
yeah.
unfair.
I know.
I won. I still say we won.
Well, you did. You and T Dowd won.
One no, because they won that 5 points.
Oh, well, you mean Gorilla and Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, come on. You guys were at 29-29, so
Yeah.
you tied. That was fair, right? I mean,
I know, but still, dang it, we won.
I know you won
Um,
by 5 points. Oh my god.
technically, we
And then Jeff tells
won.
me that I was complaining. I wasn't complaining. But that's okay. I'm going to drop it right where I just said. So, done and done. Anyway, let's see. Yep. That's awesome. No, that's awesome, Arabic. No, there was a game
Gimme.
I played with Zoe, and I beat Jay and John
He
DeMarco
keeps
because that was
bringing
a
it
day that.
up.
Well, I'm just saying, I beat you guys by 1 point. 1 point because you messed up on Baitor or Ursula or Lursa. Whatever. Just one. That was the only one. That was a good game. We were close the whole way. It could have gone either way. If we had missed that last question, me and Zoe, we would have lost. So it could have gone either way. It was just 1 point. But that was you and John DeMarco. And then when I played with T Dowd, I actually beat Zoe and Patrick Furlong. I beat those guys by 3 points. So
You won by a furlong?
yeah, Patrick Furlong. Yeah, Furlong. Yeah. And Patrick Furlong is, I think he's technically a relative of Zoe Kirk Robinson, because he
Uh-oh.
knows the cat. He knows. So I think he might be. By biologically somehow related to the family or knows the family really well. He knows Jenny. He knows Zoe's female partner, Jenny Kirk Robinson. So maybe he knows them personally. I'm not sure, but they always refer
Huh?
to his cat. Because Patrick has a cat. Like we have our two cats.
What?
He has his cat, and I love his cat. His cat is cool. So
Huh?
yeah. So that's the only two
What
times
is?
I've ever won on a question of Trek. There was a few other times
Okay.
they had me play multiple games, and I was playing, which is probably that's okay. But I mean, I played against Omnicast every time, and I got myself beat every time by Omni because Omni's, you know, he's got all this knowledge in there somehow. Must have like a photographic memory. I don't
Yeah.
know for sure. Yeah, but that's cool, Aravic. Yeah, me and Zoe won too. Yeah, so I love Zoe. Zoe is a great person. She's so funny, and when she does Trek After Dark, like oh shit. Yeah, 1-900 Trek Chat. Call now. Yeah,
They
hilarious.
always taking stuff I like off
Thank you
Roku.
so
Dang
much,
it.
honey. Yeah,
Rockford Files and Coach 2, dadgummit. Y'all leave crap alone, Roku.
uh-huh.
Dang. They're taking off everything. Bionic
Yeah,
Woman, Sliders,
yeah,
all the Rush Hour movies,
right.
Airwolf, the Rockford Files, Coach.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, Aravic says Omni is a beast. Cinnabon is pretty good too. Yeah, they both are pretty good, Aravic. Especially Omni. I call him Omni Ken Cast because he reminds me so much of Ken Jennings, that old time winner from the original Jeopardy. Yeah. And Omni thinks I'm flattering him. I'm like, well, it's not flattery, sir. It is absolute domination. You just know your facts and you watch your
Yeah.
shows every day when you get an opportunity. Well, plus he works for Paramount. That's the big reason I think Jay is because he works with Paramount Pictures. He knows all these things.
That's
He
a
knows these
joke.
facts.
He doesn't work for Paramount. That's a joke.
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was real. So he doesn't work for them.
From what I understand, it's a joke.
Oh, it's a joke. Okay, I always thought he did. All right. Well, then he's really good at memorizing
You finally got
facts
another
of
one,
weird.
Jeff. He believes everything you say.
Yeah. Also, you too, Jay. Excellent Trek knowledge.
Let's
Yeah.
see. I'm trying to find
Well,
out where the A
Jay's
team
probably
is.
been watching. Well, Jay's probably been watching more Trek episodes from the original 7 than he has from everything after Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we did agree on one thing. We agreed that season 3 of Star Trek Picard, the last 2 episodes that dealt with the Borg and the fight there at
Yeah.
the end, and
It's the
yes, I
only one
agree.
that's
Those were
good.
awesome. Yes, they were. Um, as far as Discovery goes, as I said before in my own instance, I only watched the first 2 episodes of season 1 of Discovery. Then I watched part of season 3 because I thought maybe I gave it one last chance. I thought maybe it might do well. And through the middle of it, I walked out. I mean, I just literally turned it off and walked away from it.
Yeah.
So that's how bad Star Trek Discovery was to me because I didn't like it at all. Um, I haven't seen anything of Strange New Worlds. Like I said, I only saw those 2 episodes of Picard.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. I have seen 1 episode of Lower Decks, but did not look appealing. I've seen short treks. I've seen every one of the short treks, but they were okay. They're not great. Um,
Yeah.
Prodigy, I've never seen. Um,
Hmm.
Trying to think. I already
It was
mentioned Strange
okay,
New
but
Discovery.
it just doesn't
Um,
seem possible that a bunch of teenagers can operate a Federation starship that has never seen a Federation starship before.
exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Idiots.
Yeah. So there's so yeah. So I'm not that big into New Trek. Unfortunately, I guess, or fortunately in my case, I guess. The way that Jeff would say it, it would probably be fortunate that I never got to see, you know, some of these terrible shows, that have been out there. Um,
Yeah.
Terrible series. Um, yes, I do have
Uh,
all three of the Kelvin. I have all three of the Kelvin timeline from Jar Jar Abrams. Uh,
oh
you know,
God, I will never
Star
watch
Trek,
them things.
and Into Darkness and Beyond. I'm looking forward to them doing a fourth one if it can be good. I hope. Uh, I am looking forward to Section 31 only because I
Oh,
like Michelle.
we know what the fourth one's going to be about.
Oh yeah, what's it gonna be about?
They're not going to hire Chris Pine and them.
Oh, okay. So they're
They're
gonna do an
rebooting
entire cast,
they're rebooting the reboot.
rebooting the reboot. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I hope it's okay. I hope it's good if they're doing that.
yeah.
What about the Section
Because
31 movie? What about the Section
everybody
31 movie that they're doing with EO? What's
everybody is got big in the Hollywood, so their asking price is astronomical. So they're not going to go with that cast. They got to go with they're going to pick uh 7 new people.
seven new people? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unknown
Well, thank you, Aravic.
unknown actors. They're going to be unknown actors.
Unknown actors. Okay. Professor Brainy Specs likes Prodigy. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that.
What is wrong with this thing? I paid my bill.
Yeah, I didn't know that he liked Prodigy. Okay. Or maybe I just didn't listen to him clear enough because I thought he was really against a lot of those new Trek, new Trek, uh, different
He is.
series. But I guess he likes Prodigy.
He
Okay.
likes. I think he said he likes. It's either Prodigy or Lower Decks.
Uh huh. It's probably well. He said Prodigy, so maybe he likes that one. I'm
So
not
it's
sure.
Prodigy then.
I don't. I'm not sure. Like I say, I can't really speak for Jeff, but I know he's probably not that big on Lower Decks. But maybe he's seen it and liked a few of those episodes. Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
He is except Prodigy. Okay.
No.
Yeah, he's against
I don't
Lower
know
Decks.
why
Okay.
I got a what do you call it? A notification on my Roku on my phone saying that the A Team episode was ready to watch, and I can't find any app on my Roku that has A Team. So I don't. I think my Roku had a stroke
Oh well, maybe it did. I don't know.
because I
Maybe it
can't
did.
find the A Team anywhere.
Oh wow. So our next episode for A Team, let's go ahead and talk about that briefly. Our next episode is season 2. We start with season 2, episode 1, and let's see. That was the. I'll find the name of that episode that we're doing next Tuesday. Let's see here. I'll just give you a brief synopsis of it. There we go. Okay, so we're now into season 2, episode 1. Okay, yeah, that's the one, Diamonds in Dust, with an apostrophe before a letter N.
Oh,
Diamonds in Dust. The A team heads to South Africa to defend a diamond mine after the owner is killed. He got a 6.7 out of 10 from IMDb watchers, 400 votes, 401 votes. It
Yeah.
came out 2 days before I turned 18 years old on Tuesday, September 20th, 1983. So 2 days before I turned 18.
Oh
Oh boy,
crap.
I tell you, that was fun being 18 back in the day. Oh, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing too. I remember I had just gone to the police, the group, Sting and Stuart Copeland and Andy Summers. I had just gone to their Phoenix, Arizona concert a few days before my birthday. I was still going to
Mm.
ASU, and a friend of mine took me there to the concert. So I had just seen that concert before my birthday, before I turned 18, and I celebrated my birthday at home. So,
Oh.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. And when I turned 18, I also became eligible for what they called the grandfather clause. And what that meant is when the age of drinking, God bless you, babe. The age of
Bless you.
drinking was in 1983 was 18 in Arizona, but the following year in 1984 they raised it from 18 to 21. So for those 3 years, I was eligible to drink, and I did. I took advantage. I did. Naughty, naughty me. But I did for 3 years and all I had to do was just show my ID in a bar and say, I'm part of the grandfather clause. Ha, it's like that guy from Simpsons that goes, ha ha. That guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's great. Concerts make good memories. Yes, they do, actually. The Synchronicity tour, the concert was fantastic. Then, uh, you know, 24 years later, I watched the Police in Phoenix again. This was indoor arena. It was called
Yeah.
Southwest Airlines Arena, or their indoor arena there. And I watched their reunion tour 24 years later. So yeah, I got to see them twice. It was fantastic. Loved it. Yeah. Um, was expensive. I'm not gonna lie, it was expensive concerts, but they were worth it. They both were very worth it.
Yeah.
So my
Um.
music preferences are very eclectic. It's a great word.
It looks
They
like.
are. My musical
It
interests are
looks.
very eclectic. Yeah.
It.
So
It looks like. Well, I can't say. I'll say after we get off the air.
okay. Is there something bad that happened?
Something has happened, and we can't talk about it because the politics is not allowed.
Oh. Oh, okay. All right, well we can talk about it after we're done. Um
Yeah.
how much longer would you like to go, Jay? We're already at 2 hours. Do you want to go another half
As
hour,
long
an
as
hour?
you want to, as long as you want to go, I'll go.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and go another half hour. We'll go right up to two and a half
Okay,
hours. Would that be good?
that's
Then
fine.
that gives you a chance to relax too, because I know you've been having some problems. You said with your, yeah. So,
I hadn't had a problem yet.
um, yeah. Aravic says I'm a classical musician, so I get you, Mikey. Well, I thank God you do, Aravic, because there are, other than my brother Jay here, and of course my beloved, lovely wife Suzanne, there aren't many people that get me
Yeah.
musically, But I'm thankful that I do have a great wife and a great partner here in brother Jay that get me, that understand my musical interests, because I'm very eccentric. Yeah, yeah. So I come from the same. I probably come from almost the same background that you do, Arabic. Like we're classical musicians. We love a lot of different forms
Oh
of
God.
music. We're not just into one set, genre. We like a lot of different
Mhm.
things. So yeah, my playlist will reflect that. If you ever do uh, peruse our channel, Mikey Sus for our channel, because it's me and my wife's channel. But if you peruse our channel, I have a playlist there where it says Mikey and Sis's favorite songs, and they were perfectly picked by both of us, and they're really good. And if you look at that playlist, there are a lot of songs there, and they're called Mikey and Sis's favorite songs. Yeah,
Hey, hey,
and it says,
Mikey.
"Yes, we all know you love Clean on Opera." Yeah, actually, I do. I don't understand it. I mean, I can't translate it, but yeah, I do like the Klingon opera. I like the fact that Michael Dorn, who's a classically trained actor, has been done Shakespeare and stuff before. He sang Klingon opera, and I mean,
Yeah.
on a how many episodes did he do that on? Jay, do you remember from Next
A
Generation?
couple of them, about three, about two, three, maybe four,
Four? Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. He's
Um,
fantastic. Oh,
you
he
know
also
how
did on Deep Space Nine, didn't he? He also sang it once or twice on Deep Space Nine.
well, that's where I'm talking about. He didn't do it in. He did one in Next Generation in the bar, looking for the Fat
Yes.
Ferengi, and then the rest of them he did in DS9.
Yeah.
And
Um.
then he
Yeah, and
he
everybody
listened
says,
to an opera song in Picard.
yeah, yeah. Now, what was your instrument or voice growing up, Jay? What was the your favorite instrument or voice?
Well, you know it was Conway Twitty.
I know that, but I mean, was there an instrument you liked to play?
Uh, I when me and my band did gigs, I had a guitar, but it was never plugged in because I don't know how to play it.
Oh, okay. So was it like a rhythm?
It was
Was
just
it a
a
rhythm guitar or acoustic?
electric guitar, but the thing is, it
Electric.
was
Okay.
plugged into it, but it's a fake amp. It just the red light came on, but there was no noise.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
it
Now,
literally a good guitar, but didn't play crap.
yeah,
I
yeah.
used the
Now,
guitar in three songs and then put it down and got the microphone, sang the rest of them. Kind of like what Conway did in concert. And
yeah,
he never had his on either.
yeah.
Because if you see him strumming the guitar, all he did was strum. That's it.
Right, right. Now my instrument or voice. Okay, my instrument was the flute. I started playing a recorder when I was a kid. Uh, Moved up to the flute. Then I moved up to the piccolo, which is the smaller version of a flute, very hard to play. And I learned how to play it by the time I was entering 10th grade in high school. So I had been playing for 7 years with a recorder, a flute, and a piccolo. And then later on, when I joined my friend's band as a backup singer, I also learned how to play drums. So I played drums. Uh, I
Ooh,
played
big nerd.
conga drums, marambas or marimbas. Uh, I played the cowbell, more cowbell. I played all of those different percussion instruments. So for me, it was
Yeah.
percussion after I did flute. My voice, my favorite voice has always been Sting. He is my favorite musician, my favorite artist of all time. Uh, the Police were my band. That's what I listened to when I was growing up in the
Yeah.
late 70s, early 80s, and through most of the 80s. So
Every
they were my
step
band.
you take.
Uh, Now, Suzanne's favorite group is AC/DC. She loves AC/DC, and she used to play a banjo. So for her, that was her
Dang.
instrument was a banjo.
ACDC.
Yeah, and a banjo.
I would
And
never have guessed that.
yeah, and the Klingon pop and rock was Clandy too. Yes, it was. And that's
Hey,
awesome. My
you,
favorite woodwind
you
is the oboe.
know
Yeah, I like the oboe.
you
A
you
girlfriend of mine played the oboe. Yeah.
you know how I love stupid criminals.
Yes.
There's a man named Steve Leto, whatever. He does
Okay.
these. He's an attorney and he does these um, um, funny videos reading articles in the newspaper of stupid criminals. Well, this one is entitled Man with suspended license zooms court hearing while driving. Sir,
Oh
are
my
you
goodness.
driving? Yes, ma'am. What, you do have a suspended license? I can't hear you, ma'am. We're going through a tunnel.
Oh no.
I can
Oh
just see
no.
him doing that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
I
ridiculous.
got to watch that video tonight.
Yeah.
Stupid
That
criminals.
well, you get dumb people. I watch Cops. I love watching Cops. And and Cops, oh my gosh. The people that are in Arizona, when they do Maricopa County, Arizona, they do the sheriff's
Uh,
department, which is,
right.
it's well renowned because of the guy that used to be in charge of it, had created Tent
Yeah.
City. You know what sheriff I'm talking about? Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Really badass guy. I mean, he's just, yeah. Anyway,
From New
so what
Mexico?
happened? Yeah, so what happens is when Cops does these shows, sometimes they'll do Phoenix, sometimes they'll do Glendale, some of these other towns where they have meth labs. Paige, what are you doing? Where they have meth labs, and then what happens is with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, that's where you find more of the stupid criminals that are doing, sheep dip in Arizona, all over the state, and it's ridiculous. I'm like, wow, dumb people. Deja, what are you doing?
Now they wish they hadn't voted out that sheriff because their town is overrun with uh, um, illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Oh, and he's laughing at you. There, what you said, Jay. He says, "LOL. What an Egypt."
Yep, Idjamit.
Oh, that's great, Arabic. Thank you.
My
Yeah,
daddy wouldn't ever call anybody an idiot to them to their faces, so he called them an Idjamit to their faces.
Egypt. Okay. And why did you say? What? Tell me once again why you said that sheep dip is better than the four-letter S word.
Because you can't say shit, but you can say sheep dip. Because
Yes.
sheep dip is literally,
It is. It is. Yes. It's literally the crap
but
from the.
there is an actual dip called sheep dip.
Yes.
Yes, it is made by the I think it's part of the intestine or the liver or something of the sheep, and you grind it in a meat grinder, the old fashioned meat grinder, by hand,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
uh, then you fry it or you can boil it. But my aunt she boiled it,
Yeah.
and then you make it into a dip with Miracle Whip because she didn't use mayonnaise either. Thank God she was a
Yeah.
sane
It
person.
just sounds
Uh,
disgusting the way that you're.
Miracle Whip, a
Nothing against
little
your relative. It just sounds.
mustard, a little
Yeah.
mustard, some pickles, some boiled eggs cut up. And it's kind of like any kind of dip, like tuna or Underwood deviled ham, which I love. And
Yeah.
it tastes good on a Ritz
Uh-huh.
cracker. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And I
On a
have some
Ritz.
sad news, everybody.
What's that?
Cal 88 has died.
Cow 88 has died.
Yes, the poor little cow. She was a very pregnant cow that this rancher owned, and
Oh wow.
he started videotaping her, and
Yeah.
uh, she became what do you call it, a viral video, and
Yeah.
she was so huge. She on the left side of her belly was huger than the right one. Well, she gave birth to the calf, but it died. And I do believe that animals grieve, and I think she grieved herself to death. because
Probably.
she died soon after she gave birth. But they said it
Wow.
was a difficult birth too. And Cal
Oh,
88 has passed
cow
away.
88. That's sad. Yeah. Aravic says
Poor
he likes
baby.
to say shiznit. Yeah, that's not a bad way of saying it. Or frack, right? Like in Battlestar Galactica. I actually used the F type word with Sci-Fi Mommy, Filgercarp, spelled
Feldecarp.
Felgerkarp. Yeah,
Feldecarp
Felgercarp.
was frack was the F word. Feldecarp was the S word.
Right, right. Well, I knew it was one of
Or
them, but yeah,
so or
Felgercarp.
so said a somebody on the show. So it's you either listen to that person or you listen to Dirk Benedict.
Right. So saith Starbuck.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
says
remember
Starbucks.
the actress. I told you the actress that did the renewed Battlestar Galactica that had Edward James Olmos as the captain, the female
Yeah.
actress. Yeah, that plays
Commander
Starbuck. She's
Adama.
a friend
Yeah.
of mine through Facebook. Yeah. So she also said Felgercar. I mean, she heard it
Yeah.
from Dirk. So I'm assuming that because Dirk Benedict played Starbuck and he passed it along to her, because they always talk to each other, apparently, she got it from him. So that's how she was able to say it.
So
If
they
that's
did a woke thing in Battlestar Galactica too because Starbuck was a woman instead of a man. It should have been a man.
I understand. Yeah.
No,
God dang
for
it.
GD, Ervik, GD is doggone it, not
Doggone it.
God darn it, doggone
God
it.
dang it, he said.
Um,
He didn't say that in
let's
vain though, because he
see.
had that small little G. So that's fine.
M- Uh, the MF can either be Mother Smurfer or, for me, I always say Rodimus Prime. And
Rodimus Prime. But now Samuel L. Jackson has also had he said it all the way through, which you don't really
I
like to say that.
know,
But he has said
no,
it as mofo. So if you say and I heard in Austin Powers, Michael Myers saying as Dr. Evans goes, Merfair. So, I mean,
yeah.
that's not I guess that's not a bad word either if he says it, because he's a villain anyway.
Um,
So, he plays a villain in that way and says it. And
let's
oh,
see,
he
what
says
are
here,
some of.
Aravic says in Battlestar Galactica, they would use God's dang it. Oh, okay. So yeah, I do recall the guy who played
I
Apollo, Richard
know, I don't
Hatch,
like that.
that said it
I
that
didn't
way.
like
Yeah.
that.
And then
I
the
just,
pure ever loving hubris.
yeah.
Oh, you mean Hubris hubris? Here I
That
am
was in
correcting
Picard
Arabic.
too. I hated that.
It's okay, Arabic. I love you. We love you, Arabic Sonder. We do, because you're awesome. Uh, anyway, we're getting close to closing down here. So, uh, if you don't mind, there, Arabic, I'm going to ask Brother Jay to go ahead and do our closing prayer. Then I'll let you know of our upcoming events that are coming up. So, go ahead, Brother Jay. Go ahead and do our closing prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for letting us gather today in holy worship, Father, of you by enjoying these TV shows we grew up with, Father. Father, we ask you to bless everybody that has come on this broadcast today. Eric and all the others, Jim, and who are the others, Mikey? Um, well, you know who they are, Father. And Father, we just thank you for Mikey and Suzanne for this channel that we can gather together in love and friendship. And we can always come to this channel because there's never any animosity, no politics, no one, we hope that nobody leaves angry because we're all friends here. We love everybody, Father, and we treat everybody as we would want to be treated, Father. And Father, we now ask you to please bless all those. You know that we all have petitions on our hearts and minds. I ask you to touch Lemon Pie with his sickness and with mine. And if anyone else who is here that is, if they are sick, touch them. And you know their prayer requests, Father. We lift them up to you. And now we ask you to lead God and direct us back here again uh, the next time we are joined together, Father. And we ask all these things in the glorious name of Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen and amen.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Brother Jay. Your prayers are always appreciated, and for everyone. And thank you so much for
Yes.
doing that today, as we always do it for every stream and every webcam. We always do a final prayer, pray for everyone, everywhere, all of our immediate family, everyone that we know, from our relatives, our friends, our
And
acquaintances, and people we've
yes,
encountered
forgive
on
us
these
for our sins,
wonderful
Father.
streams. Yep, on these wonderful streams. And we ask the Lord to bless all of you, Jesus to guide you, and the Blessed Virgin Mary to give you wisdom, and the Holy Spirit to give you the courage to continue the fight against the evil one until we all go to our final judgment. So, yes, we believe in all of that, and we're not forcing our beliefs on you, not by a long shot. But what we
No.
do want you to know is this is a place of comfort. It's a place of peace, and it's a place that you can come and be yourself and not have to worry about other people judgment being judgmental or judging
No.
you, because you would never be judged by us. We would never do that to you. And if you want to come on board our panel, I can fit you guys and girls. I can fit up to 10 people. I can do that now. I can have all of you come up here, give your opinions, your honest opinions and feelings about things, and we will all listen, because we do. We listen, we hear, we listen, but it's important to listen. So we will hear you, we will talk with you, we will have a great time, and that's all it's about. We just want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We want this to be a fun channel. I mean, if you look at YouTube right now, YouTube, anywhere, no, I've never seen not one channel, and I will repeat this one last time, and I promise I won't say any more about it. But we are the only channel, Mikey Sus 4, along with Jay, along with our wonderful moderator, Sir Lemon Pie, Jim's Landscaping, even Sif Dan. We are a group of people that care about what you say, care about how you feel. If you go to any other channel, they don't do a prayer at the end of their stream. Not a single one. Now, I don't hold that against some of our friends that I know
No.
personally
No. No.
as YouTube creators. I never have said that to them. But what I do want you to know is, if you want to have a prayer said for you every time you come on our stream, or every time you come here for chat, you'll find it here. You will find
And
it
if
here. You will
anybody, we
anyone.
should ask if there is a special prayer need. We ask you to put it in the chat before we pray, and we will definitely pray for that prayer.
Yeah, we will pray for that person. If you do have a relative, a friend, a family member, anyone in
Mm-hmm.
distress, and anyone who feels that they need a prayer to help them along, either in an illness or whatever has happened, please put it in the chat before we begin our stream.
Yes.
When we first see it, we will immediately, as soon as we come on and we introduce ourselves, we will go ahead and pray for that individual. We will pray for that person. We will do that. We'll do a
We
silent
will
prayer. We'll say,
put that
when
in the
it's on.
last of the prayer as well.
Yes, and they'll be in the last of the prayer as well.
Yes.
Um.
We uh we
Oh
love
yeah,
you
yeah,
all. We
yeah. There
don't
is only
want
one other. Yes, Aravic. I'm sorry for reminding me. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Jay, for a minute. He says, thanks for the fun stream. Have a good rest of your Thursday. Yes, sir. Life with Matthew. Yes, sir. Okay. There is one other then. It is Life with Matthew. I agree. He includes a prayer if you know who that
Very
is.
good.
Yes, I do. He does Monday night.
I
By the way, I promote his channel. He does a Monday night Babylon 5 review with Professor Brainy Specs, who is also known as Jeff Franklin. And yes, he does a prayer at the end of it. Yes,
I
I
am
have heard it
sure
before.
that there are many people out there that do say prayers on their channels. We're just saying that we know of. We're the only ones that we know of, but now we know that Life with Matthew does one, so that's two of us. And I'm sure there's
Right.
more than 10 or 20 that do that.
I'm sure there
I'm
are. Yes.
I I am touched with the Holy Spirit to believe that there are more people out there that pray for people, and I am so glad for them because we need more and more people to do that because like I
Yes.
have said, if one person accepts the Lord and tells someone about the Lord and they accept the Lord and on and on and on, we could save every human being to the Lord in 5 or 10 years.
Hmm. Yes. And again, Eric, thank you so very much for mentioning Life with Matthew. Yes, I should have
Yes,
mentioned him, but I am now. I am mentioning him because I do like his Babylon 5 streams with Jeff. So, yes. And
yes.
I have heard his prayer at the end. Yeah, he's very good about that. I really do appreciate him when he does that. So, and you know what? His channel is thriving. His channel is thriving. So, yes. Um, more power
I'm
to him.
glad he does.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Um,
doing that will be done. Yeah, absolutely.
Salty, he may not say a prayer on his channel, but he does pray for people. He asks people if they need prayer, and he puts it on his prayer list for to put on
Okay.
his church's prayer list. So if you need prayers with him, he prays for people. He even has a video for discussing the Bible. He's in Acts right now, and I highly recommend you subscribe to his channel and listen to his church life videos almost every other day.
Yeah.
And he has
Um,
one early Sunday morning too. So, yeah,
right.
we're not.
And Aravic says, yeah, he used to do Sequest. So Life with
Yes,
Mouth used to do that. And yeah, Aravic said that Salty Trekker prayed for him when he lost his job. That's great.
yes,
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well,
yes,
uh, let's see here. Oh yeah, thankfully I found a new one. Yes, thank God you found a new one, Aravic. You know how hard
yes.
it is to find jobs nowadays. It's almost next to impossible.
Hallelujah.
Part of the reason I
There are
the way.
jobs. I guarantee you, there are jobs.
Oh
People
yeah,
just
there's
don't want to
yeah,
get out there and
but
work.
not many. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to work because they're getting disability or some
Yeah.
kind. So yeah,
Well, not just disability. They're just getting a check to stay out of work, and I think
yeah.
that's wrong.
Well, we can't. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying with
Well,
us,
we
brother
shouldn't
Jay,
talk
you, me,
politics.
Suzanne, we can't help the way we can't help the way that we're not
We
working. But
can't talk
because
politics on here, so
yeah, right. So yeah, we'll just drop that part. We got to drop that part. Anyway, yes, so I want to quickly mention then, first of all, again, thank you so much, Brother Jay, for your wonderful prayer. Thank you so much, Aravic Sonder, for being here with us today. We do really do appreciate you being here to help us through this wonderful stream we did this afternoon. Let's see. We had Dadman Walking
yeah,
55. Thank you, Dadman.
yeah.
Appreciate you being here as well. And Mrs. Dadman. And of course, Sci Fi Mombi. Thank you for having me in your chat earlier. We have our friend Jim's Landscape LLC number one, Commodore Productions. His next Star Trek fan film video, which is called Repair 4, will be coming out next week on June 3rd. So make sure you check that out from Jim's Landscape channel. He also has almost
Mm,
7,000 subscribers. So every one of you should check out his place. Lemon Pie.
I thought he
He is
was
our master
already
moderator.
over 7,000.
No, he told me he's right now just over 6,700.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what
my
he told
bad.
me. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, but he's getting very close to 7,000. But like I said, this was like a few days ago, and he told me over 6,700. So I think he said six thousand
Right,
seven hundred and seventy-four. That was the last one I read, if that's the correct number I read. But yeah.
right.
So we had lemon pie. He was here for us, and of course my brother and in arms and my dear my dear friend Jay Aldrich, of course, that started us off today. So appreciate that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Only Federation politics. Exactly. Only with the United Federation of Planets. Okay. Yes. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. So here's a quick rundown. Of course, as you know, tomorrow, Saturday, we're the first part of our everything Star Trek. We're doing the Star
No,
Trek films.
no. Today is Thursday, isn't it?
Oh, Saturday. Well, yeah, I'm talking about Saturday. We don't have anything for Friday yet. That'll be next Friday. Um, I'll talk about that last. But after
Okay.
today, don't forget on Saturday, this coming Saturday, we have Star Trek: The Motion Picture. We'll we'll go with the first one there after we've already covered Wrath of Khan. Then the following week we'll cover Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock. So we'll be covering
Mhm.
each of those films, including at the very end Galaxy Quest, and we will have not just myself and Jay, but we'll also have Jim on the panel. And if Sif Dan wants to come and sit in with us, he can too. And that'll be the four of us doing the panel. And also, it's open panel, open chat. So we do that on
Mhm.
Saturday. That starts at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Central time zone for Jay. Then on Sunday, we have our topic times, open panel, open chat. We can fit up to 10 people up here. We can talk about any random topic, but the only exception, of course, is American politics or country politics or anything governmental. We don't want to talk about the government because they don't deserve our time. We can talk about
Yeah,
pop culture, we can talk about anything else, but no politics. So that'll be stressed. We always stress that. But
yeah,
anyway, that's why the topic times I think has been so successful for all of us as a family that run this channel because we keep the topics that we know fresh. We keep what we know out there, and of course the prayer that helps a lot at the very end because it helps us all. Um, Mondays, you know, of course, is our Mikey Sue's TV. That's at 12 noon Eastern.
hmm,
Tuesdays, of course, we'll be back. I'll be back here with Jay. We'll do on next Tuesday, season 2, episode 1, Diamonds and Dust,
hmm,
which is the next episode from the A Team.
hmm.
Wednesday morning, I've moved it up to 12:30 a.m. is when I'll be doing my next episode of The Greatest American Hero from season 1, and I just finished season 1, uh, episode 13. Yeah, I just finished that. So now the next one will be season 2, episode 1. That'll be up next, and then
Yeah,
and you guys will know the title when I get to that. Then next Thursday, of course, we'll be back here doing season 1, episode 9 of both ISIS and Shazam. My ISIS one is called The Show Off. And then what was yours, Jay? What was the name of your episode?
I think it's Doom Buggy.
The Doom Buggy. Right, the Doom Buggy. So the
Yep.
Show Off and then the Doom Buggy. Okay, show off on a Doom Buggy. Okay, that sounds like fun. And then next Friday, I said not tomorrow, but next Friday, because Suzanne and I are going to enjoy a nice dinner tomorrow. But next Friday, uh, we're going to start Red Dwarf webcam series. I'm going to be doing all 74 episodes of the Red Dwarf series, as well
Yeah.
as getting ready for the 3 hour premiere of the current Red Dwarf that's going to come up next year. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to get all of these episodes done on every Friday up to the point where we go to next year and we'll do a personal review of the brand new reunion movie. It might be a movie. It might be a an episode. I'm not sure. I think it might be a movie. Anyway, but it's supposed to bring back all the original characters from Red Dwarf: Lister, Arnold Rimmer, Crichton, the cat, Holly. Yeah, it's supposed to bring them all back. So it's gonna be that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait till that comes out. But
Mm-hmm.
that, like they said, that comes out next year. But I will be doing Red Dwarf webcams starting next Friday. That will be in the morning. If you guys are willing to stay up really late Friday morning, which I'm normally up that late, it's going to start at 1 a.m. Eastern, which is 12 midnight on the Central Time Zone. So that'll be Friday mornings. That'll be Red Dwarf. And then, of
Mm-hmm.
course, Saturday, our normal, Star Trek films review at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then
Yeah.
Sunday with the top times of 3. So that is the schedule for next week. Uh, and then tonight, don't forget, we also sponsor our other friends' channels. So for tonight, don't forget, there's a cringe stock around 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, which features our friend and fellow YouTube creator, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He'll be there with us as we premiere, or as we see the movie Canadian Bacon, which is a great comedy featuring John Candy before he died. And then on Friday, there will be another Walton's stream, and we always have fun with that. PvP and I and Germ and Dan and Gorilla, and we'll be doing that on Friday night. And I believe it's called
Mm-hmm.
the book, not the book. It's after the book. I'm not sure what the name of the episode is, but I'll have to watch Judy Norton to figure that out. I always watch her so I can find out the background story of an episode. So that'll be tomorrow night. So anyway, um, that's pretty much it for today. I appreciate everyone. You know who you are for coming and being a part of our chat and being a part of our show. And of course, like I said, I always appreciate Brother Jay's wonderful prayer at the end. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
his help here as my wonderful co host of all the different shows and things we do. And of course, as we end today, uh, in the immortal words of Gene Siskel, my favorite nerd from Siskel and Ebert do the movies, which was, back in the day, great show. The aisle is now closed. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and we will see you again together, me and Jay, along with Jim, on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern to do the next Star Trek film. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you then. And thank you,
Your
everyone. And of course,
donations are greatly appreciated.
yes, thank you.